910.com. That's win at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for another hot day out there. In fact, we could potentially be breaking a record. Our projected high, 103. Our record, 101, set back in 2003. For tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows fall is the perfect time for outdoor projects. Right now, you can keep your yard looking its best and save. Take care of leaves with leaf blowers starting at just $89.98. Lowe's knows home improvement. While supplies last, see store for details.
Here we go. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-190.
You're hot.
And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
We got a game day, game 3 of the National League Championship Series between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. Will be getting underway at about 2:07 today from the Bank Chase Field down in Phoenix, and we are hearing a lot of people down there getting ready for tonight's game as this team is down 2-0, hoping to get the one, but Brandon Fault will be on the mound, and a guy that has not had a great season, but had a pretty good postseason last week as he went 4 1/3 innings, and then Torrey pulled him out. But I saw a stat that 44% of his pitches turn out to be fly balls, which is not good against the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which you guys can see on YouTube, and it'll be on Instagram. And why don't you read it out loud, Jimmy?
Philly.
Doesn't say Philly.
Philadelphia.
Manuch, why don't you read that?
I got it,
Jimmy, you're fired.
Philadelphia is for homers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is for homers. Brand new shirt. I'm selling them for $20 if you want one. But I trademarked it. But it's got a Philadelphia is for homers and the little heart for the O for homers. So I decided to switch my allegiance.
Switch back to your right in your wheelhouse.
Philly, yeah,
right in your wheelhouse. So now,
and the reason why is I'm just a little pissed off, to be honest with you. The fact that you guys saw it yesterday. I posted $5 tickets, $6 tickets. Yep. Listening to sports radio, the Fanatic and WIP in Philly, and this morning, and I'm just hearing these Philly fans that are calling in from all over the United States. All of them buying tickets because they can get behind home plate for $35.
Sure.
Tickets are going for $20 to get in right now. It's absolutely ridiculous to the point where they're Philly fans that are actually not even here. They're buying the tickets at $5, $10 and not even going to go.
I was shocked, Rock. Talk about front-running fans. For the Diamondback fans that are going, it's like, what the hell?
It's a bad sign.
$10? I mean, people, and they're only down 0-2. It's a 7-game series, right, folks? Now, they can win tonight. They can win tomorrow. They can win Saturday. They're up 3-2. All of a sudden, you can start buying tickets. The ticket price is going up. I first heard that yesterday. I went, that's ridiculous. Where's the hometown support? Okay, so they're winning. They're fine. If they're not, you're going to abandon them?
Yep.
Just like that?
That's the way it is.
That is so sad.
We're getting
sad.
And we're getting so much grief from other markets, specifically Philadelphia, because arguably, and the national media is even saying it, they're right now, they're the flavor of the month, the best fan base because of how loud it is, the song they play, Dancing on My Own, which we're going to hear about a little bit later, as I think I have something that could give the Diamondbacks an edge. Could give the Diamondbacks an edge. I'll be coming up at 1:45. But, people are already writing the Diamondbacks obituaries.
They are.
They're already writing them, and it's hard to lose the way they have lost.
Sure. Yeah.
And Schwarber going yard twice yesterday or 2 days ago, and the fact that they have a different guy, it seems like hitting home runs, and it's just it could be another 6-0, 6-1, and you just hope that Brandon can stay in at least 4 innings.
He's got to.
Because tomorrow's game is by bullpen, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to get some innings out of him.
Got to get 4.
I don't got Colementor in the bullpen.
Come out of the broadcast booth.
Just come on, Colementor. We need you to fill some innings.
I think that I think this bullpen will be on call immediately. I mean, obviously, I think that he'll tell those guys, Torrey Lavello and his pitching staff, to say, hey, look, guys, just be ready. To your point, he throws a lot of fly balls. And by the way, memo
44%.
By the way, memo to the Diamondback pitchers: please don't throw fastballs right down the heart of the plate.
You got that right.
Maybe just go to the junkyard and let's just throw a bunch of junk, off-speed pitches, sliders. If you're going to throw a fastball, why don't you paint the black inside, outside, high outside? I mean, talk about grooving some pitches.
I asked Tom Candiotti on the show yesterday. I asked him about that, and he basically said, Manuch, what you just said. If you're going to throw a fastball, you do not want it in the heart of the plate against this team.
And I, guys, we talked about this on Monday, just the forward scouting by the Phillies scout as far as first pitch, number one. They're probably going to throw a meatball down the plate. Be ready.
Yep.
Schwarber,
boom.
Bang. Castellanos, bang.
Harper,
gone. But I just, Jimmy, you and I talked about this the other day. I would think after those 2 games, the Diamondbacks would self-scout themselves. I mean that seriously.
I know you do. It sounds funny.
They would reevaluate their pitching toward these hitters and maybe mix it up. Now, for Gabby Moreno, a young catcher, rookie catcher, he's batting third.
And by the way, a finalist for the Gold Glove Award, too, along with Christian Walker and Alec Thomas.
Yeah, just mix it up. So I think that today's, their skull session as far as meetings is let's mix it back. And
they do skull sessions in baseball?
Oh, absolutely they do. They meet a lot. You'd be surprised. I think Candiotti said that a couple weeks ago. So when they meet prior to the game, the entire team, Lavello was talking about.
They call it a skull session?
We call that a skull session.
That's what you call, not we. Manucci.
All right, a meeting.
It's probably just a meeting.
Just a meeting.
Exactly. Skull session.
Going through it, you go through all the bat. Well, a lot of times on the grease board in football, when you go through the game plan,
well, now they have things out. Things have changed since you were in the locker room.
Oh, so on their iPad.
Yes, thank you. Their Apple or whatever it is. Their Microsoft.
I just think that they've got to mix up. And here's the other thing too: if Corbin Carroll or Ketel Marte get on base, by the way, Marte's leading off. Run. I mean, move them over.
Yeah.
Hit and run, bunt, whatever. Get them in motion again. They are like. They're in cement over there at first base.
You know what we should be showing the Diamondbacks in this so-called skull meeting?
Yeah.
Is a picture of the Dodgers celebrating in the pool. Because if this goes down the way it may go down, you do not want the Phillies doing cannonballs in the pool. Because that's going to happen, and that's one of the worst things. And if that is the case, if they're up 3-0, fourth, I think in that 5th, 6th inning, you shut that pool down. You put a cover on it. You do something. Because I think that's the most embarrassing thing a visiting team can do is to celebrate a championship or going to a World Series or winning a World Series on your own field. More importantly, or I should say specifically, in the pool.
You know what? They've got to just get in motion, be aggressive at the plate. Got to get some clutch hits. I always talk about the runners in scoring position. Get the clutch hits. Move. And then, hell, if you can get it, to your point, Rock, you can get at least 2, 3, 4 innings out of Font, you're doing a good thing. But the bullpen hasn't been the culprit in this series. It's been the starting rotation that's gotten them out in front. And the bullpen, I think, only gave up 1 run in the last game.
Think about this. Haven't seen Seawald. Haven't seen Genkel.
Nope.
Because they can't get to those guys. They're not in a position to use their best relievers down the stretch.
This is dire straits,
It
man.
is.
You cannot go down 0-3 and expect to win the next 2. But I will say this, for those fans out there, if you look back, it's rare, but if you look back at teams that were down 3-1 in the World Series, I know this for a fact, being a St. Louis Cardinal fan, up 3-1, and the Kansas City Royals, what do they call that, the 70 West rivalry, came back and beat them 4-3. Horrible call at first base on Joaquin Andujar. But anyways, besides that, it can happen.
Joaquin Andujar. He's one of my favorite. I think I had a few of his rookie cards.
Yeah.
Topps, Donruss, Fleer. I was a big fan of his.
Yeah, I got news for you. I was covering that World Series.
Doesn't surprise me.
And here's my
So let me ask you about that, because I want to throw something about the World Series.
Okay.
There's a trend that the Phillies have right now.
Okay.
First time they got the World Series is 1915. They lost. 1950, they got back. They lost again. 1980, they won. So
Yep.
loss, win. The last run, 83, lost. 93, lost. 08, won. 09, lost to the Yankees.
Yep.
22, lost to Houston. 23,
Here we are.
they could be in there to face
As
hopefully Texas.
fate has it.
I'm just saying.
Moving on. Matter of fact,
I'm just saying.
I think at our early picks that we took before the season, I had Philly and the Astros in the World Series, with the Astros winning it all. So
I had San Diego and Texas. Who'd you have, Jimmy?
Yankees and San Diego.
Okay, so Jack, were you even with us? Were you born yet?
No, yeah, I was
Probably
there.
not.
I'm
Okay.
looking right now. Manuch had Astros over Phillies.
Okay.
Rock had Padres over Astros. I had
Astros?
You had Astros.
I thought I had Rangers.
I
Damn.
had Braves over Yankees, and Jimmy had Yankees over Padres.
Yep.
Oh man, wow,
So-
I can't remember anything. I'm getting old as you guys. Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. This is a hypothetical. You got $100,000 just laying around, and you got to make a bet.
Uh-huh.
Who are you betting to win tonight? Phillies at Diamondbacks, Coyotes at the St. Louis Blues, or Suns and Lakers in Palm Springs? Phillies, Diamondbacks, Coyotes, Blues, Suns, Lakers. If you have $100,000, you got to bet it. I mean, you have to spend it, or the government's going to take it, and you got to put it on something. And those are your three choices. What would they
Damn.
be? Go to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. You also want to introduce Chris Schubert to the show. Chris Shu used to be Roc and Manuch with Shu. He was a big part of our team for many years, and then he big leagued us and went on to do some other big stuff. But he is back part of the team, so we're excited to have him a part of us. Shu,
welcome back.
anything you like to say? I mean, you're not a quiet guy.
The floor is yours, man.
You should have asked for more money there, Shu. You know. I mean, you got to remember, Manuch has got Purdy. He's got all these quarterbacks. Manuch has got all the money.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah, you have it.
It's breaking news.
I mean, we should if we would post something on social media every day about Brock Purdy, we would have 1 million followers.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying my best. I'm right there at Rock and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Oh, that's our Twitter page. But top headlines are brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Every Monday we host Monday Night Football. This week it's 49ers and Vikings. I know for the last 3 days I was stuck on. I thought it was Miami and Philly.
I saw that.
I put it in the notes like 10 times. I've been telling people Monday night's going to be great. It's Miami and Philly, but unfortunately that's the Sunday night game, not the Monday night game. But the Sportsbook will be in there. Our jackpot is over $1,200. So I hope that you'll join us this Monday. Well, we got a smorgasbord of sound for our sounds of the week. Of course, we got some D-backs. You'll hear from Brandon Vaught. You'll hear from Patrick Mahomes, Micah Parsons, even Bill Belichick, and a couple more guys that you'll want to hear. That's next as we're out here live at the Twin Peaks in Deer Valley. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Kidding.
For the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
And looking and directing traffic. And look at the length of this play. To the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Big factor. When you look at Philadelphia, it's pretty extreme. Yes, it was under hot for 3 years. So I'm going to bring you in the first time.
Brandon Fatt is going to get the opportunity today. What a big opportunity for this young man to, he hasn't been in the league, 25 years old, and, a guy that can really make a name for himself, because if you talk to Philly fans, they're like, oh, we got this rookie pitcher. He hits a lot of fly balls, gives up a lot of fly balls. This team likes to hit the homers, that this could be a long day for him, but this could be an opportunity, too.
Well,
Could be a real good opportunity.
His last outing, he beat the Dodgers. He went, 4 1/3. I mean, no pressure here. He's a rookie.
He does give up almost 6 runs a game, though.
Yeah, he does. But the last one he did. I mean, hey,
a lot of
that's a lot.
A lot of runs.
And his ERA is close to 4 for the postseason.
Well, 2 games.
But here's the thing. The last game against the Dodgers, he pitched very well. The bullpen there to pick him up. No pressure here. He's a rookie. Hey, hey, Brandon, this is a must-win.
Wait.
This is a must-win.
No pressure? Come on.
I'm being facetious, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you.
Hang with me,
Thank
Jimmy.
you.
Wake up
Thank
over
you.
there.
No, Manuch, I agree with Jimmy. I mean, what the hell are you talking about?
No, I'm just being facetious.
We're like, dude.
There's no pressure here whatsoever, Brandon.
Well, here he is talking about facing this tough Phillies lineup.
They're a good lineup. They're hot right now. We went through Milwaukee's lineup. We went through the Dodgers lineup. So I think we can hold our own. And I think if we show that coming into our ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have much experience. Let's come on. He pitched 2.2 innings. Gave up gave up 1 dinger in the Milwaukee.
Yep.
Then he goes 4 1/3. He's pitched a total of 7 innings.
The bat saved him in that Milwaukee game, and the bat somewhat saved him in the Dodger game. So, again, it's going to be all hands on deck early on. Be ready to go bullpen just in case, because you cannot afford to see home run ball from this Philadelphia Phillies team early on in the game.
If they jump on him early, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. That's been the key of this entire series, the first 2 games, is that Philly is a great, and I mean great, front-running team.
Say that one more time. A what?
Great front-running team. That's
Here's
what
Torey
they are.
Lovello talking about Brandon Fatt. He's trusting his pitcher.
I just know there's going to be good and bad balls from the pitcher's it's the presence on the mound. It's the ability to slow things down.
Well, I think that
Skipper.
for
What's he
Brandon,
supposed to say?
for Fott, I would, to his point, take his time. You got 20 seconds. Maybe slow things down a little bit. Get rid of the ball at 15, 16 seconds. Take the entire time just to kind of slow the momentum down and allow them to hone in on you. But I got to tell you, I mean, start off with a slider, start off with a changeup, start off with a screwball, whatever. And I think that's vitally important how this Diamondbacks pitching staff, meaning the brass, calls this game to be vitally important as far as this Phillies team just teeing off on anything.
Let's shift to some football sounds for our Valley Chevy dealers sounds of the night. This got a lot of play this morning. You probably saw it on all the talk shows. Mike McDaniel, the head coach for the Miami Dolphins, on the idea that any quarterback would have success in his system, and he threw out one of those, who the F cares?
My answer to that would be previous. It is a team.
Amen. It's about time. Everybody says, well, Brock Purdy in this system and this system. You know what? As a quarterback, You got to be able to get everybody in sync, distribute the ball, make the reads, have this and have that. I hear this all the time. Well, Joe Montana was great because he had the Bill Walsh system. That's part of it. But that quarterback still got to make the reads. He's still got to make the throws. It's nice to have those kind of guys around.
So with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
They had an outstanding group. You had a Brady, could see it, read it, recognize it. Look how many offensive coordinators Brady had in his time there.
How many do you have?
Four offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
And they used similar systems, but not always.
Every team in the NFL, every team in college has an offensive system.
Yeah.
And what the coach's job is to do is to get his quarterback, who's the leader of that offensive system, to play at a comfort level where he is comfortable within the system. And if he's not, then it's up to the coach to change the system so that he is utilizing his quarterback's best skills.
And the system, guys, the system is going to be whatever. It's up to that QB to execute. How he executes it, how he understands it with him. So I'm so tired of this. Well, because of the system, he's got to execute that so-called system. And with the receivers and running backs and the guys that you play within that, that's what that quarterback can do.
So the $230.5 million question to you, Manuch, Kyler Murray. So it doesn't matter the system that he's going to be in?
Whatever system.
Or the system needs to adapt to him?
That's a big point to that. A lot of that is sometimes whatever you're trying to do doesn't fit what that quarterback is. You can't put a 10-pound ball in an 8-pound hole if it doesn't fit. So a lot of times I think guys get caught up in their system.
Yeah.
They get stubborn versus, well, you know what? He's just not getting it. He's not seeing it. I got to adapt to him. And I think what I'm curious to see with Petzing as the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals, how he handles Kyler Murray with this system. Because Josh Dobbs has had some decent success. Now you have Murray in there. How much has he picked up? How much is he comfortable? And how much does he buy in to this system?
Some more sounds. Patrick Mahomes, who, speaking of quarterbacks, is one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the league right now, is adding some post-playing career plans. And he has said that he is interested in NFL ownership once he hangs up his cleats. Here he is talking about that.
3 minutes.
So he is part of the Alpine Formula One race team. He is also minority owner of the Kansas City Royals, Sporting KC, the MLS, and the Kansas City Current in the NWSL. So he already has a head start on being an owner, and that will definitely play into him being an owner in the National Football League someday. Here's Bill Belichick on if he feels comfortable playing Malik Cunningham.
Skip the cautions flip.
Right.
2 minutes.
It's terrible. It's just brutal.
Rock, wake everybody back up.
It's classic.
And we were yesterday talking about the fact that, he's going to make $20 million as a color analyst someday. Khalid Williams, of course, the Heisman winner and possible back-to-back winner on an encounter he had with a Notre Dame fan. Lions don't worry about the opinions of sheep. Here he is talking about that.
One minute.
Good stuff. Hey, I want to thank the Dolphins, Chiefs, NBC Sports Boston, and Rivals for the sound today. Thanks to The Valley Chevy dealers, every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today. We are out here at Twin Peaks, Deer Valley. This is the newest of the 5 locations. We're giving away 5 big screen TVs. You can register to win one right now. You can do it daily. All you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great place to watch today's D-backs Phillies game as well as the Monday night game with Jacksonville and New Orleans.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Did I say Monday?
Yeah.
Man, jumping
You are
the gun.
getting old.
I am. Well, hanging around you guys is starting to kind of
Rub off.
rub off.
We take
Jeez.
Prevagen, though, Rock. We take that Prevagen.
I'm open to it.
Yes.
Believe me. Hey, Devils are back on the road. A tough test in Washington, action Seattle. How will this Sun Devil team play after this bye week? We'll catch up with Devils assistant coach Charlie Regal. He will join us next. Thanks to Crest Insurance. To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Coach Charlie Wagle now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with
You're hot.
Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Well, up next, it's the Washington Huskies. Arizona State had an extra week to prepare for this game. One thing to note, in their last 2 losses, they were decided by a combined 6 points. And 4 of their 5 losses overall were decided by 14 or fewer. So they are close.
They're there.
Getting
They're
close. Assistant head coach Charlie Ragle joins us now on Fox Sports 910. Coach, you're close, right? It's just a couple tweaks and things will be rolling.
You know what? It is so close, yet so far.
But seriously, I mean,
how we doing?
Good, man. But
Great,
when you hear about the Devils, and I think a lot of people that know sports or follow the team know that, hey, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. You were out recruiting last week, and the whole team was. But if you really start looking at numbers and you're saying, hey, 2 losses were decided by a combined 6 points. I know it doesn't help, the wins and losses, but you got to be able to build on that, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think when you look at those games, I think in particular when you talk about Oklahoma State, Cal, and Colorado, those are games that you say, man, we certainly had a chance to win those games. And if we'd have done, X, Y, or Z, we probably are sitting at a minimum of 4-2. And then obviously, the SC game was really a 1-score game back and forth until, a little late in the fourth quarter. But you guys know it doesn't work that way. It's certainly the ability to go back and assess and knowing where we are at as a program, year one, and all the things that we've gone through. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's all been documented. But we're trying to win games now. These kids don't want to hear that. We got to give them answers to the questions and find out ways that we can help them get better and hopefully take those those small margins and convert them from the losses to the wins. And that's what we're going to try and do here on Saturday. And as we go into this back 6, the second half of the season, that's what our intentions are.
Charlie, you talk about self-assess. I call it self-scouting, if you will. We talked about that with the Diamondbacks pitching staff. Please self-assess taking on this Philadelphia Phillies team. But when you look back at the 6 games and you self-assess or self-scout, did the pros outweigh the cons? Was it the cons outweighing the pros? Where did everything kind of fit out before you guys move forward for these next 6?
Well, I mean, that's a broad question. It's a good, it's a really good question. I can talk to you about really what I did in the bye week, right? I went and broke down, all of our stuff as it pertains to special teams, and then I broke down our defensive ends, and I looked at a couple of things that Coach Ward wanted me to assess, and then in particular, I looked at every one of our guys that played their one-on-one pass rush situations, and just kind of, hey, these are how teams are going to play you. These are the protections that we're most likely going to see, based on how you set or just a wide variety of things. But, and then obviously I looked at every rep that we took on special teams and, how do we, how our team's playing us? What can we do to get better? And so, when you say that did the pros outweigh the cons, obviously, in the big scheme, right, it's win or loss is the pro or the con. And so obviously it's cons because we're 1-5. But I think where, if you're looking as a Sun Devil fan, and very realistically so when I say this, we got better each week.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't win. And that's the name of the game. I can't stress that enough. We all understand that. But as you're building in year one, those are the things you're looking for. As you're building the foundation, and we're instilling the things that Coach Dillingham wants, and the culture, and all the things that we're trying to get right for the big picture along the way. And in that process, are we doing those little things that are going to help us get there ultimately in the end game? And from that standpoint, I believe we are. We certainly, I think, have seen that week to week, us continue to get better. But, that's not good enough as we try and convert these things into W's.
Charlie, my question for you, now that you're doing coming off that bye week, did you get healthy? Are there more guys now on your team that will be available to play in Seattle this weekend?
You guys know I shoot you straight all the time. I'd like to tell you yes, but that's just not the case.
Okay.
It's we're just, we're not. I mean, now, in terms of the guys that are going to play, they're certainly going to be healthier. In terms of, I thought we did a great job. I thought Coach Dillingham had a great plan in terms of how we approached the bye week, and getting these guys as much rest and still keeping them in shape and active so that they're ready to play on Saturday. But just some of these things are just out of our control, and a bye week is, for that standpoint, what I just mentioned, yes, but for some of these injuries that we're facing, you just, your week isn't enough time to heal some of these, and so we're in a tough situation as that goes. But you know what, we're going to go out and play with who we got and play the best we can.
Charlie Regal joining us here. Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group. How different are things with Coach Dillingham taking over the play calling?
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's what he obviously is made his name at, right? And but I think at the end of the day, and he'd tell you this himself. At the end of the day, we're judged on wins and losses, and we've got to continue to improve. I think the one thing early on that we saw was just the carousel of quarterbacks and guys getting hurt. I think that really made it tough on Coach Baldwin. And then when Kenny took over and started calling plays, it made it tough on him. Now that we've had Trenton in there for a few games now, we're able to get that. And we talked about this, a couple weeks ago, able to get that consistency and the guys around the quarterback know what to expect and are able to feed off of that. And so I think that's only going to enhance what Coach Dillingham is going to be able to bring to the table as we move forward in these next 6 games.
Coach, is it Elijah Badger? Roc talks about play calling. Is there been more of a concerted effort to get him the ball, because he's really jumped off the tape, Coach, these last couple of games on special teams and receiving?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think when you got a guy that makes plays like that, and you guys know, like, hey, it's we want to try and get him the ball. Like, hey, you got to get your playmakers the ball, and obviously he's done some great things, as you mentioned, on special teams as well in the return game, and continues to do that. So he has, and and obviously, hey man, we're gonna
3.
If he can continue to make plays like that, we'd be silly not to, and that's part of it. And so yeah, we'll continue to find ways to get him into the equation for sure.
So this is going to be another Heisman Trophy candidate that you're going to be matched up against in quarterback.
Oh, by the way,
yeah. So it's not easy, Charlie. It's not easy. What can you? I know. Yeah. Can you do anything? I'm sure you looked at what Oregon tried to do. Can you do anything to slow him down?
Well, I was thinking maybe Halloween's getting close. I just dress up like a ghost and disappear. I don't think that's gonna help at all.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, again, and this sounds cliche, but it's really not. Like, look, we can't control who we play. You know what I mean? He's a hell of a quarterback, and Caleb Williams was a hell of a quarterback. But really, it doesn't matter whether we're playing. This is what we've stressed to our guys all along. It doesn't matter whether it's Southern Utah in week 1 or it's up at UW in game 7 for us. We have to prepare and get ready to play the same way, because that's all that we can control. And really, it's about how good can we be, because we have no matter what we do, we're not going to control what he does. And so we're well aware of his accolades and the things that they've done at UW and the season that they're having. But for us, it's just trying to focus on the little things that we can do to get ourselves better and just go in there and try and play a clean football game and play at the highest level possible that we can play at.
He's Charlie Regal. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group. Hey, what's the weather? Do you have any early weather calls up there? You going to get any rain?
It's looking pretty good. As I checked, I haven't checked it today yet. I've been checking it on the daily.
1 minute.
It started out at the beginning of the week at about 25% chance of rain. The last I looked yesterday was at 7%.
Okay.
I think about a high of 62. The low in the low 50s. I think we're going to be okay weather-wise, which is I've been up there in October, late October, and I've been there when it rained, and it rained so hard it was coming down sideways. So, the fact that we got to go play these guys is a tough, it's tough enough. The fact that you sometimes got to do it in torrential downpours makes it even worse. So I think we're going to get a break as far as the weather goes. Hopefully the game will break just like the weather, and we should be in good shape.
Charlie, I grew up in Seattle. I can tell you right now, people in Seattle do not get a tan. They rust.
They rust. Jeez. That's Jimmy B for you. Those dingers. Yes, good stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry to do that, Charlie.
Yeah. It was such a good interview.
Yeah, it was such a good one. We're not going to replay it now. I mean, jeez. Thank you, Charlie. We'll have good luck this weekend.
I appreciate you guys. Talk to you next week. Go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Regal joining us. Follow him on Twitter at Regal Charlie. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestins.com. Well, who doesn't love conspiracy theories? Well, I got one. And it has to do with the Philadelphia Phillies stealing their popular Dancing on Your Own song from another team, another market. I think this is a big deal. I mean, a big league team that's been around since 1883 stealing their anthem for the last 2 years from another team that's been around since 1901. This is a joke. And I'm a Phillies fan, and I don't like it. And I want to see if you have an issue with it next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Check this out.
Clear is the Herd
You're excited. I'm excited.
with Colin Cowherd.
So it should be noted the Jets are 3-0 when they force 3 takeaways or more. The Jets are staying alive without Aaron Rodgers. It is a great story. Eyeball emojis. Look at Aaron doing it.
Oh, he wants to do it now?
It's fun. But you can't win in this league just with the...
Oh, copy.
This is the Herd.
No, I can't tape it and play audio for him.
910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football.
I can grab it later.
Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Are you shivering in the cold or sweating buckets in the heat? Say goodbye to discomfort with the AC Doctors same-day heating or cooling installation service.
AC Doctors, the only doctors who still make house calls. How can we transform your indoor comfort?
Help! I need a top-notch HVAC system installed pronto. Can you make it happen?
Absolutely. Our skilled technicians will make you feel just right before you can say perfect temperature.
Don't suffer any longer. Trust family-run AC Doctors with over 20 years of experience for prompt and efficient same-day installation. For year-round comfort, call the AC Doctors, 602-767-7435, or visit theacdoctors.com to make your perfect temperature our priority.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Time to talk playoff baseball. D-backs and Phillies in the NLCS. It doesn't get any bigger. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, driven by All City Towing. All City Towing. We answer the call 24/7. 480-833-3200. Now let's talk postseason baseball on Fox Sports 910 and on the iHeartRadio app.
Gurriela's there. The Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers and head for the LCS.
Yeah, I know it's stupid.
You're hot.
I just gotta see it.
Well, if you watched the Phillies over the past 2 years, you've probably heard this song. It's a song that they've been using in their stadium, in their clubhouse when they win for the past 2 years now. I mean, it's going crazy. And first, the history of this song. Basically, this guy Caleb Scott, he's a Brit who went on Britain's Got Talent, I Got Talent, in 2015. He ends up winning, gets the gold thing, whatever he does, all that stuff. And then some Dutch DJ remixed it a little bit. And what had happened is a backup catcher for the Boston Red Sox during COVID, Kevin Pawecki, told the New York Times that he would play this song nonstop from 2020 to annoy his teammate, Mitch Moreland, and then end up choosing the song as his walk-up. Ends up going 341 that season, a short season, right?
Yeah.
He ends up bringing it back in 2021, and then they have played it all the time, and that's how it got going. So when they went ahead and had a pretty successful 2021, they finished second in the AL East, that being the Boston Red Sox. They lost to Houston in the ALCS 4-2. Then, of course, Houston goes on and beats Atlanta. But it ends up being a mainstay for the Boston Red Sox. You know, when you hear the Red Sox, you don't think of that song.
No, not at all.
You think of songs like this, Drop Kick Murphy. Right?
Yeah,
Drop kick.
Yeah.
Or if you're an old school,
yes.
If you're an old school Boston Red Sox,
yes,
you will know this one, Dirty Water.
Old school there, boy.
Yeah, liking that.
Woo. Great song.
You hear that, you think of Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or where they created this huge seventh inning stretch with Neil Diamond and Sweet Carolina. Here is Sweet Carolina at a Boston game. Then there's the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
This is what the Diamondbacks have. Roger Clyne and Peacemaker.
Yes.
Yes. D-back swing.
Yeah, okay.
And the problem I'm having with this, yesterday I'm at an establishment. Young lady comes up to me and she says, I know your voice. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And she's like, are you Rock from Fox Sports 910? I said, yeah. She goes, oh my God. And she got all like crazy, right? And I'm like, she's a huge diehard Boston Red Sox fan.
Okay.
So she goes ahead and she tells me the story that the Phillies, and she knew I was a Philly fan,
right,
stole the song. Well, think about it. Kyle Schwarber was on that roster 2 years ago.
I see.
So Kyle Schwarber brought it to Philly. Philly then grabbed it last year on their way to the World Series, and then again using it again this year because they were trying to do another song.
Sure.
But they kept the song. But the fact that the Boston Red Sox, or better yet, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the entire city is using a Boston Red Sox song is BS. And Diamondback fans need to get on it.
Oh, my gosh. I had no idea.
I didn't either until this young lady, Marcy, she's like going nuts on it. And I'm like, and she's in my face. She showed me Yahoo, New York Times, all these stories. And I'm like, I believe you. And I said, I'll bring it up tomorrow because I didn't know that. I mean, I like the song. I mean, here's the hook of the song. And it's a fun song. But there's nothing special to it.
No.
But it's nice smooth song. If you watch any YouTube videos of the Phillies in the clubhouse, every guy is singing the song. Right. Every fan is singing the song. And I think that's super cool. I mean, on Monday I was talking about the fact I wish the Diamondbacks had a song.
Yeah, you did.
And then I find out that the Phillies, the team that I root for, stole their song. So I don't care, Diamondbacks. If you want to steal a song, do it. Make it create some identity for the fandom when you can buy $5, $6 tickets right now to go to today's game, which is ridiculous.
Some teams still signs, other teams still songs.
I mean,
what the hell?
What the hell,
really? That's weak, Rock.
You need
that is
songs.
So weak.
Like, listen to this. Lose Yourself with Eminem. You go into a football stadium, you're going to hear this, right? And you go, right?
Yeah.
Or basically any AC/DC song applies too, right?
Yeah.
Thunderstruck, Back and Black,
Highway to Hell.
I mean, they all work.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use them, first inning, first quarter, period, whatever. And then, of course, everyone plays Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's always being played.
What a great open. Man,
3 minutes.
That doesn't set the tone for a game.
So let me ask you, is it a crime or not?
Yes, absolutely it is. It's a total crime.
What a farce, Philly fans. I'm one of them.
Are you saying, I know you are you saying that Philly should be arrested for this?
Something.
The song police?
I mean, think about it.
It's an unwritten
the NCAA is investigating Michigan today for stealing signs.
Right.
I mean, you're stealing a song.
Oh, my God.
I mean, how do you take a song that was played in clubhouse and your fans are singing it and you took it?
It's
Schwarber.
It's those unwritten rules, unethical in Major League Baseball folklore, football, baseball, that he would bring a song that's already being used,
correct,
and bring that into the locker, the clubhouse of the Phillies.
There's such a long history of traditions and music and memes of fans and players that they've embraced for years.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And for the Phillies to steal the song is crap.
That's weak. I've never heard that till you said that right now, Rock. That is incredible that they would go ahead and people to pick up on it for the Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
So next time the Phillies come to the Red Sox next year, play the hell out of that song, and then now that you've been exposed, do you go ahead
and the song's a remake too? It is by a person named Robin.
Yeah.
And I heard it today. It's completely, somewhat similar, but then he takes it. This guy gets, and he did a great job with it, and then it gets remixed by somebody else.
It's got a little Maroon 5 sound to it when I hear it, even though this guy, a little Maroon, that guy added a little more mix to it.
Yeah.
But that is, if you got to have your own designated song, I mean, that's kind of like taboo.
It's Philadelphia.
Unethical.
It sounds like it's a small town and they're new to the sport and they need to steal a
Why don't
team.
they just play the Rocky theme?
Something.
Period. I mean, that's
Philly
all right there. It's
Philly. That is all Philly right there.
That's weak. Hey, coming up in hour number 2, we'll let the dogs out, our underdog picks of the week. But this week with a twist, we'll want 2 callers to give us their underdog picks of the week. So if you want to jump in on that, we'll give you a $25 Twin Peaks gift card. If you win, that's at 2:15. D-backs are going to get underway here at 2:07. We'll also catch up with Ted Robinson from the Pac-12 Network. Very surprised the Pac-12 Network doesn't even have a game this week.
30.
How does that happen?
Got a couple teams on buys. And the other
there's
ones
4 teams on buys.
Yeah, so they got them all the major networks besides no Pac-12 network.
We're here at the Twin Peaks
20.
Deer Valley. It's Rock, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jackson, Shu on Fox Sports 910.
When you use your electric vehicle, autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games.
Touchdown!
Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Arizona, this is your home, your community. As a proud family-run business with 14 locations, Horn Auto believes in giving back to the community and treating their customers like family. Visit us online at horncars.com. That's Horn with an E. Discover your next car, truck, or SUV, or book a complimentary multi-point inspection. Horn Auto Group will make sure your vehicle is road ready. Go to horncars.com. That's Horn with an E. You're at home with Horn.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Budda Baker were seen on the practice field taking their reps for a second straight day. Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovello reworked his lineup heading into Game 3 of the National League Championship Series against the Philadelphia Phillies. Star rookie Corbin Carroll was moved to the second spot in the lineup, while Ketel Marte will now bat leadoff. On the court, Suns head coach Frank Vogel said he plans to play his regular rotation for a good part of tonight's preseason finale against the Los Angeles Lakers. And on the ice, the Coyotes battled the St. Louis Blues to finish up their season-opening 4-game road trip with Connor Ingram in goal. I'm JD Hafford on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at foxsports910.com. That's BILLS at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for another hot day out there. In fact, we could potentially be breaking a record. Our projected high, 103. Our record, 101, set back in 2003. For tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Oregano's Pizza Bistro.
Never visited Oregano's? Well, close your eyes, unless you're driving. Smell the savory marinara. Hear the crispy crunch of thin crust pizza. Or stop in for the real thing at Oregano's, your neighborhood Italian joint.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, of course, the D-backs will get underway here in just a few minutes from Chase Field. Game 3 of the National League Championship Series, and a big one for them. This is the must-win.
Absolutely.
Yep. You lose this one, you don't come back for 3-0.
Yeah, very
you
difficult.
win this one, then you're in the game. You're still in it.
Yeah.
Very similar to what we saw last night with Houston and Texas. That series now 2-1 Texas. But interesting, they win last night, which was good because I think a lot of people want to keep that series close.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think a lot of us don't want to see Houston back.
Right.
So it's kind of torn. I was kind of torn. I'm like, oh, come on. But then again, I want the series to continue because this gives the D-backs least if they get back in it. You would hate for a team to get in right away, and then you don't play again until, Friday of next week. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right, what are you going to do here? You just sit on your butt for a week.
But that's what happened to the Dodgers, and look what happened to the Dodgers. They were 1 for 121 against the D-backs.
Mookie and Freeman, the first hitter, 1 for 21 in this series.
Yeah.
Not as if the Diamondbacks can't get the pitching, get the bullpen going. You got to get your hitting going. And please, whatever you do, just don't throw Schwarber a fastball right down Broadway, first pitch of the game. Throw him a curveball. Throw it over his head.
Throw it in the dirt.
Send a message. Plunk him. Just plunk him. Something to send a message.
Randy Johnson to John Kruk. Throw it over his head.
It's going to be one of those games. Everybody's going to be on pins and needles because the must-win scenario they're going to have. And
gosh,
and bullpen be on high alert, man.
It is so red in that.
Oh yeah,
in that stadium.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The outfield is just all red.
Yeah,
and it ain't Sedona red either. It's Philly red.
Philly red.
Yeah, it's that Philly red. Hey, go back. I think the D-back looks like they've got their throwback unis on, the teal and black. Maybe that's a sign of good luck because last time they won a World Series was in the teal and black uniform. That's what they're going with today.
You try anything.
Absolutely.
Anything right now.
Not that the baseball players are superstitious.
Right. They're the most superstitious of all.
I like what Torey Lavello's doing. He's like, hey, Rook, it's your time. It's your road time. You're in the rotation. We're going to start you. Bullpen's on high alert. We got your back. And if you can just, one pitch at a time with this against this Philadelphia Phillies team. By the way, Harper's crushing it. Castellanos, Turner. Look at him coming alive here at the right time. Schwarber, Mr. Home Run hitter in the playoffs. Did I see he tied Reggie Jackson?
Yeah,
he did. Second home run. Think about that. You think of Mr. October. Do you think of Schwarber as Mr. October? You don't. But you know what? Think back in the Cubs World Series.
He hit bombs
the last couple of years, and he does hit freaking bombs.
Yep.
He hits it deep. So, just for the sake, let's hopefully D-backs pulling out. I don't want to see you get beat. Was it 55-0 the other night?
Close.
I turned it off at 8-0.
Okay.
This dog is not honey.
They didn't give away red rally towels, did they?
Who knows? They may have. I mean, Diamondbacks have been shaking those bad. But would they have white pom-poms last time or something like that? Yeah, I think they did give them away last time, Brock.
No, I'm talking about right now. Talking about right now, if that is what the case, that would not be a good move.
Well, it's
I just thought I saw on the television that but why would you do red?
I don't know, right?
You're
the marketing guru.
So they gave away.
They had them.
Go ahead, Jax.
Okay, thank you. So they gave away red towels against the Dodgers.
Yes.
So they might be the same ones.
Okay.
They are the Embrace the Chaos slogan ones.
All right. So they got them ready to go. I mean, whatever. You know what?
What do you mean, whatever?
Yeah,
that is a bad call.
Well,
red October is Phillies. And they're going to give red?
Well, they had them against the Dodgers. But
I'm saying is there's a lot of people there, and I'm sure they're not the same people that had Dodger tickets that have, Philly tickets.
Well, but I will say if that's what it got
they gave away something.
If that's what they had the last time they won, again, superstition. They want them to, swing the rally towels, get them going. Hell, I remember when the Angels won, when they had the what do you call those?
Oh, the rally monkey.
The rally monkey. And then they had those things you beat.
I remember those.
Blow 'em up
thunder sticks.
Thunder
The thunder sticks.
Yeah, thunder
Those
sticks.
things are terrible.
Yeah, they were awful.
Like the Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela and the soccer.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was
Roof is closed, which would have been nice to be open, but just a little too warm right now.
104 today.
That's ridiculous. Are we done? Okay, I mean, is this the last week?
By this week.
I mean, you old guys know the weather.
After Friday, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
All
We're
right.
gonna we'll be back.
I wish the Phillies would have wore their old
Phillies,
throwback, because every Thursday they wear their old ones.
The blues.
Yeah, they didn't do it today.
I like the blues. Yeah, it's like the Cardinals do the same thing.
So much red there.
Guess who's in the on-deck circle?
Well, number one hitter.
All right, so I'm not seeing rally ties. What I saw was a transition to a commercial break, and that was not
Okay.
rally ties. I do not think, but everybody in right field, left field are standing up because they want to catch a Schwarber home run.
Can you blame them? You can't blame them.
Dude, how bad would that be right now? I mean, we're not going to do play-by-play.
No.
You know
but it would just be so awful if he does serve up a freaking homer to Schwarber to
Please
start
no.
the game.
Throw the first pitch.
I think they walk him, and you just you get the standing O by the fans. I mean, I would. I mean, why not?
You know, like, just a lot of those fans you mentioned, the right field, the Philly fans have got the blue travel jerseys wearing there from the Phillies. So you see a lot of that. You know what?
It's a lot of red.
You know, just let it rip.
If you're literally turned on your television right now and
It's red.
you would think it's a Phillies home game.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Cardinals deal with that too. Suns don't. Coyotes do. I mean, 3 of the 4 major teams have to deal with that.
They do.
You know?
Yep.
Oh, we threw a
God,
off slider.
Look at a little screwball there going away.
I think everybody's all the UMAC fans are clapping that first pitch by fall.
That ball went a little left to right. That had some movement going right on the black.
That was a slider.
Oh man. Anyway, so big swing. So we'll give you caught up. We'll get you caught up on the game as it goes on. Some other news: the Suns face the Lakers tonight in Palm Springs. The Coyotes will visit the Blues tonight. They're 1-2-0 on the season and back-to-back losses to both New York teams. Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day: if you had $100,000 to spend, you have to spend it. You have to bet on these 3 games. You have to pick one of them. Would it be the D-backs beating Phillies, or Coyotes beating Blues, or Suns beating Lakers? And Schwarber goes down on strikes. So there you have it. That's our It's Your Call question of the day, brought to you by State 48 Roofing.
Go to that Roc and Manuch, as you said on Twitter. So far, Suns at Lakers, 71.4%, which I voted. Coyotes at Blues is next at 28.6%, and 0. We say that again, 0 Phillies at D-backs. Not a lot of faith there, but this is the last preseason game there in Palm Springs.
Yeah, so why would you put your money on the last preseason
Because
game when
Frank-
you don't know what the coaches
Because Frank
are going to
Vogel
do?
says he's going to play this as if it's a regular season game. So, and I think the Lakers will probably play their guys off and on. So knowing that Frank Vogel, the head coach, wants to play him as if it's the last
3
normal
minutes.
season.
I get it.
Yeah, so that's the only reason. And 71.4% feel the same way, Jimmy. Which way did you vote?
I went baseball. I went for Phillies.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Even though
did?
that wasn't an option.
That was Phillies at Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
I went
Well,
Phillies.
if you did, it was a bad start, Jimmy B. Bad start. Strikeout to start the game.
Yeah, didn't the next batter get on base at first base?
You got delay there.
Yeah.
My TV's a little delayed.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a party pooper.
That would be me.
National story that we got to have some fun with. The NCAA is investigating allegations of sign stealing by the number 2 team in America, Michigan. Michigan says it's been notified by the NCAA that the football program is being investigated for allegedly stealing signs. The school is cooperating, and then Jax reported during the break that Michigan State is even throwing out there that they may not want to play them because Michigan is cheating. Hey, I hate Michigan more than anything, but if you can steal signs, steal it.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
2 minutes.
when you get to pro football, they have guys that show up and tape the sidelines. And they'll have you watch. They'll tape the sidelines. I think this was the indication, too, that they said they were showing up and that you're allowed to scout and you're allowed to tape. Well, okay, what's the difference? Whether you're going to get the footage. They say, well, there's enough footage being exchanged going back and forth. NCAA, you are an absolute mess to even be concerned about this, whether it's on a tape, whether it's taping or got people watching or whatever. is irrelevant.
I got something here.
I mean, it's just nuts.
It happens all the time, and it's so funny how they're trying to get anything at Michigan to just get them off the course right now.
Yep.
I mean, you look at their schedule. They had East Carolina, they had UNLV, Bowling Green, they had Nebraska.
But their head coach was out. I mean,
so that's why they distill this.
Hey, there's no way Harbaugh will be back.
I'm with you on
if
that.
all this stuff's going on, all the conspiracy stuff.
Is this Pete Carroll? Point two. This is Pete Carroll.
That's not a bad analogy.
At USC.
Well, his sins came to light after he left.
Well, but he knew they were coming. That's why he left.
Probably why he left.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you look at some of the draft choices that are coming out from Michigan, I mean, those draft choices could go to Chicago. They could go to the LA Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's getting teed up. He could go take, if they wanted, those coaches get fired at Chicago and at the Chargers. Stanley got to go with the Chargers.
I'm with you there.
If he wanted to go there and go bring half his team with him, so be it.
Hey, sign up for our listener appreciation putting tournament at Putting World. It's next Wednesday, the 25th, from 5 to 7. It's a 36-hole putting tournament, and we're doing it during happy hour. The cost is just $9.10. That's right, $9.10. Got about 60 people signed up already. We'd love to have you out there and join us as we'll be playing with listeners and having a good time. We got a lot of celebrities that are going to be there
Frank
as
Sanders.
well. Richie Incognito's coming.
Yep.
If you're a Husker fan.
Yep.
So we got a lot of other people coming too. So you can sign up now by going to rockandmanuch.com. $9.10. We'd love to have you out there. Coming up, it's time for us to let the dogs out. Our underdog pick of the week. Twist. If you have an underdog pick that you would like to call in and be part of the program, if your underdog pick comes in, we'll give you a $25 Twin Peaks man card. Now, it's got to be 3 or more. Got to be 3 or more to be an underdog. So if you want to get in, 602-260-9191. We'll take 2 callers, 602-260-9191. We're out here at the Deer Valley Twin Peaks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Sun Devil Hockey is ranked in the top
Hey, Rock.
for the first time since 2020. Catch the hottest show on ice at home against Northern Michigan this Friday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil Hockey.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards. Premier Player Rewards Program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480.
Don't have anybody.
7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-72.
I think Tennessee wins the game outright.
allcitytowing.com.
Hey, it's Gross.
Why? Because you're so impressed by Alabama's bad quarterback play?
Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino.
No, Joe Milton's a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe.
Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
This ain't the Alabama of old.
Injury case. I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Listen, Manucci, we got out of the first inning without a run. Baby steps here, okay?
Candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free.
Here we go.
ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
All right, let's get to our last week picks. Jax, why don't you inform the audience on how well I did?
Yeah, so let's, how we did.
Oh, we did, you and I.
Yeah. So let's start with the losers, Mr. Manuch. He had USC to cover and win against Notre Dame.
They lost by how many?
28 points.
Yeah, good pick there, Manuch.
Oh, and then Jimmy B wasn't even. It was
I was in the ballpark.
Okay, so he had UCLA plus 3.5. UCLA lost by 12.
Yeah.
And then myself and Rock, I'll start with myself. I had Arizona plus 8 at Wazoo. Arizona won by 38
Good call.
points.
Good call. By the way, we're going to catch up with Ted Robinson here next, who called that game. What a statement for Arizona up in Pullman.
And then Rock had Wyoming minus 10.5. They lost the game, but Air Force only won by 7. So that means Rock got his first dog of the year.
Needed it.
But
First one, I got it, boy.
I'm currently in the lead with 2 dogs compared to your guys' 1 dogs.
All right, well, let's see if we can improve on that for this week. I'll start it out as 3 of BYU's 4 victories have come at home. And their lone Big 12 victory came in Provo during primetime against the Bearcats. Now, they are hosting the Texas Tech Red Raiders this weekend. In Texas Tech, they've had trouble on the road. They've lost to Wyoming. They've lost to West Virginia. They did win a road game against the Baylor Bears, but I can't see this happening. I'm going to go with Keaton Slovis, the Desert Mountain kid, who is with his 10th school now. He started at USC, and then his 4th, I think, was Pittsburgh. And now he's a BYU graduate transfer as the starting quarterback there for BYU. So I'm going with BYU as they are getting 4.5. I will take the 4.5.
Well, I'm going to go with Northwestern at Nebraska. Nebraska having trouble scoring. Northwestern, believe it or not, folks, with all the mayhem they've had in the offseason, are playing decent football. Again, they've been playing better defense. They're going to get minus 11.5 at Nebraska. So I'm going to take the Northwestern Wildcats to cover, at least to cover. I think Nebraska wins that game. I think it's much closer just because until Chubba Purdy starts, Jimmy, will Nebraska finally start scoring some points. But they're just a big old melted chocolate mess on offense.
I know that's your boy, and I'd love to see him play as well. I'm rolling in the Pac-12. I'm going to take Stanford plus 17 against UCLA. I saw what Oregon State did to the Bruins. I also saw what Stanford did in the second half at Colorado. So they do have some offensive weapons. I still think UCLA wins this game, but I'm going to roll with the tree and get 17
the
points.
Ferocious tree.
The tree.
Yeah, the tree.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the Pac-12. I'm going Utah plus 7 at USC. I think their defense carries them. I don't know if they're going to win the game against USC, but I like Jonah Ellis in this defensive line against a really bad USC offensive line. Give me the Utes to cover plus 7.
And how about Shu? He's getting in now.
His
So
debut.
And by the way, Shu, it's just $100 to get in. So we'll you can Venmo, Zelle, whatever works for you. All right?
100 each.
Yeah,
Each week. It's each week.
Each week, $100.
And this is how we pay for the 100K show bet.
Exactly.
I'm catching up here.
All right, you're getting it.
I'm going to take a SEC matchup. I'm going to take Tennessee as a 9.5-point dog on the road against Alabama. This is not your father's Alabama team. The last 2 weeks against SEC opponents, a 3-point win against Arkansas, and barely escaping with a 6-point win over Texas A&M. They're relying on their defense. They're not getting good enough quarterback play. I think Tennessee gets it done. They not only cover, I think they win outright.
Win at Bama.
Our underdog picks are brought to you by Arena Sports Grill, the home of the Huskers and Arizona. Watch all the games at Arena Sports Grill this week. Northwestern as they take on the Huskers. 12:30 Arena Sports Grill, your home to watch Husker football. So there you have it, our underdog picks of the week, and some good ones there. We're all over. We hit almost all the conferences, which is kind of nice. You notice that we never pick an ACC game? We've never picked an ACC game.
I did. I had the Duke.
Why couldn't you just go along with me and just embellish? I mean, no one would have checked.
Because I can't lie.
Oh,
What are you talking about? Look at an ACC game. Jimmy B took Stanford this week.
No. This was last week. Thanks, you. Thanks for having my back, boy.
Good job.
Yeah, but Notre Dame, they're not ACC for football.
But they play in the ACC for everything else.
But not football.
I understand,
football
but isn't Duke in the ACC?
They are a basketball school.
Oh, brother. Okay.
Where did you take Duke and Notre Dame when I was out of town?
Yeah.
That's probably why. I wouldn't have allowed it if I was here. we don't support the ACC.
Okay. The ACC, you think of Florida State, North Carolina. Miami was doing well until they lost 2 in a row. Clemson. Well, and Miami was 5-0 until the debacle.
Oh, man.
With Mario Cristobal allowing this running back to carry instead of downing it. And we all talked about that going into North Carolina, having that hangover, and North Carolina beating them last week. And that was one of those things where you go, does Mario Cristobal, as he finally got that Miami Hurricane team turning the corner after a bad loss? That was a bad loss.
It was.
They couldn't bounce back. North Carolina was laying in wait. Whooped up on them pretty
So here are your top matchups for Week 8. It'll start at 9 o'clock on Fox with Ohio State and Penn State, 3 versus 7. Hughes game, Tennessee, Alabama. That's at 12:30 on Channel 5. We're not sure if this is going to go off or not. Michigan State, Michigan. That's at 4:30 on NBC. Duke, speaking of Duke, they got Florida State. Can you believe Duke's ranked 16?
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
And without their starting QB.
That's amazing. And their night game, Utah and USC, that's a 5 o'clock game. So that's on Fox. No games on Pac-12 this week because there's 4 teams, I should say, on bye weeks. Arizona being one of them. Of course, Arizona State coming off the bye week. They're up in Washington. Game time for that one is?
It's 7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
It's late games.
I'll tell you that early game, Penn State, Ohio State, is going to be a good game.
Damn good
game. Look at that. Ohio State minus 4.5 right now. Now we're going to see how this so-called Penn State team, can they turn the corner? Can they go ahead and match the Michigans, the Ohio States with Coach Franklin and say, hey, look, this is one of the best teams he's ever had, wherever he's coached.
Yep.
And again,
he always says that.
Yeah, but he
always says that.
He said, but this team this year, he said something special, Rock, about this team. Maybe
well,
the
if you can win at Columbus, then I'll agree with him.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's the litmus test. Are you going into the Ohio States, going into the Michigans and Ohio States? If you've got that team, I remember when Wisconsin would have that, 7-0, 8-0. They go into Ohio State, they go into Michigan, and they get beat.
Yep.
Or they go into the Big Ten championship and get hammered. I mean, you look at Ohio State; they've got horses everywhere.
They always do.
Players everywhere. They got the depth. They got the whole nine. I don't know if Penn State has got the depth. If a couple of key guys go down, in order to match the plays, in order to match the offense of Ohio State. That's going to be for me watching this game early on.
3 minutes.
How they handle
I think their starters at Penn State, however, match up with Ohio State starters.
Now it's just a matter of the physicality, and like we saw in that Notre Dame game, where Notre Dame had their way with Ohio State in that second half. They would just play with 11 guys the last 2 plays of the game. They might have upset the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Could have.
I just look at that and just kind of go, okay, we'll see. This is the pretenders and contenders time of the year in college football, and don't you know, Lobo, there may be one of those proverbial upsets, and it can happen.
Yeah, I just think if that game was at Penn State, it would be a lot different.
Yeah.
I think going to Columbus is a hard place to win. I am anxious if there's something really does come out of Michigan State in Michigan. Crazier things have happened.
Oh, I know. I was just going to
Michigan State,
yeah.
I understand what they're doing. It's a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's building up the rivalry. It's going to make it fun. But if you haven't heard, Michigan is being investigated for stealing signs.
And we're not talking about going on campus and taking a stop sign. We're talking about the football game, and they had somebody stealing the signs prior to the game.
And that game is at Michigan State.
Yeah,
it is in Lansing.
And Michigan State does not have any room to talk with all of the off-field issues they've had forever.
Boy.
And people could have had their own silent protest, but not playing against Michigan State in whatever sport.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Michigan State even put that out there.
I can't believe that. Yeah.
Please, are you serious? Of all the things, all the issues you've had over the years, and all the things with the Mel Tuckers of the world, and
come on, if you,
I mean, please,
come on,
play
Michigan.
the damn game.
I mean, who just said Michigan? If this is Kansas State, not that they're two premier football schools, but that's a rivalry.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if that came up, you would be barking at Kansas.
No.
You'd be like, oh, my God, Kansas is stealing signs.
Yeah.
You would be pulling out all the stops.
You know what? I'd say, well, Kansas has got to cheat to try to win, okay? So,
well, that's what Michigan's doing.
Hey,
They're 7-0. They're ranked second in the country, playing what? I think a 2-4. I don't know what the record is.
If I'm Michigan State, Michigan State, bring it on. And, you know, still our signs. Okay, we'll mix them up. And you know what? Every week you're supposed to mix them. Jax, you can attest this. These guys are supposed to have one guy with the dummy calls, dummy signals.
Yep.
The other guy with the live signals. You mix them up. You might have 3 quarterbacks right there signaling away at the same time, trying to figure out who's doing it and not doing it.
Coach Halverson, when he was at West Virginia, playing Arizona State in the Inside Bowl, I was on his side. I was doing some stuff with the Fiesta Bowl. And what they were doing is he put up signs of every school Todd Graham got fired from. And I thought that was like the coolest thing.
God.
You know,
That was classic. Schools do that all the time. They hold up signs.
I know, but the fact that the signs were schools that Todd Graham had been coached at, and
lost his job.
and they didn't get along.
Guys, this has been happening forever. It continues to happen forever. And it's the responsibility of the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach to say, okay, if you got 4 quarterbacks, you got 1 starting, the other 3, you're live on this series. You're the dummy. You're live. They mix it up because they know that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan State, please.
By the way, Buckeye fans, the place to watch all the OSU games is at Upper Crust in Phoenix. Buckeyes take on Penn State 9 o'clock, as we mentioned, and they'll be hosting a huge brunch. Upper Crust, the Ohio State alumni home for Phoenix. We'll continue talking some football. I know D-backs are underway right now. It's another great weekend of Pac-12 football. We got Utah taking on USC. We'll catch up with Pac-12 Network play-by-play voice Ted Robinson. He actually called the Arizona-Washington State game, so we'll get a recap on that one because they crushed them. And a statement win for that program down in Tucson. More Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B next.
Behold.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovello reworked his lineup for Game 3 of the National League Championship Series against the Phillies. Among the changes today, Corbin Carroll will be batting second with Ketel Marte now in the leadoff spot. On the ice, the Coyotes battled the St. Louis Blues to finish up their season-opening 4-game road trip. It'll be Connor Ingram in goal tonight. On the court, Suns head coach Frank Vogel said he plans to play his regular rotation for a good part of tonight's preseason finale against the Lakers. And Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Budda Baker were seen on the practice field today taking their reps for a second straight day. I'm JD Haffern on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Sign up today for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Listener Appreciation President's Putting Cup Classic at Putting World in Scottsdale. Wednesday, October 25th at 5 p.m. The guys are live from 1 to 4. Then we'll host a special 36-hole putting tournament. The cost is just $9.10. That's right, just $9.10. Eat, drink, and putt with the guys and listeners. Tons of prizes and only $9.10 to play per person. Get your twosome or foursome now. Sign up at rockandmanuch.com. Space is limited. That's rockandmanuch.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
A homeowner
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer, and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both.
He's there.
Recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive Hyperscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. This is Pac-12 country.
And it's 6 points on one play. Chip Traynham. White the carry, White the cutback, White to the end zone.
Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see and hear on the Pac-12 Network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
What a week 7 in the Pac-12. Started out with a huge comeback on Friday night in Boulder as Colorado down by like 80. And at the half, Stanford comes back, 29 to be exact, right? Fourth largest comeback in Pac-12 history. Then the game of the week, it didn't disappoint. Washington and Oregon, first ever time two ranked teams in the top 8 went at it. And then maybe we'll see a rematch in Vegas. And then the game that I want to talk about that I think a lot of Arizona fans are happy about as they made a statement in Pullman, beating the Cougars 44-6. You got 4 teams on buys this week. And joining us now is Ted Robinson, play-by-play voice of the Pac-12 Network. How you doing, Ted? What's going on, man? How are you?
Well, I survived Pullman. The Cougs didn't survive it, but I did. And it was great to be, because, look, where you guys live is even more so. I'm in the Bay Area. It's 90 degrees here today. So my point is, you don't get fall football flavor that much. And we did in Pullman. It was a true fall feeling on Saturday. And then for the Wildcats, it was just a supreme whooping. I mean, it was just incredibly impressive given what they had just endured the week before against USC. To have enough in the tank to make that trip up there and kick the Cougars' tail was pretty sweet.
That doesn't happen, those kind of games like that, very often. What was there any signs? I mean, you had been doing your prep going into that game. Was there a key injury or something that really triggered this, or just Arizona came up? I mean, they're coming off that great game against USC the week before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is really much more about Arizona because I said this, I thought they were the better team against USC. USC had the best player, and the best player won that game. But the Cats were right there. And now you're asking yourself, okay, it's the longest trip in the league to go from Tucson to Pullman. Can you get up there and have, what do you have in the tank? And they had a ton. And Washington State had played very poorly at UCLA the week before, and the Wildcats defensively just followed that up. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, obviously everyone in every Wildcat fan's talking about Noah Fafita,
Yes.
this and that and the other thing. Johnny Nansen deserves a ton of credit. That defense is playing way better than any Arizona defense I can recall in recent history.
And Ted, when you watch Jed Fish and the growth of the Arizona program and Noah Fafita, watching him, what in particular, you talked about the defense right there, that you noticed that you covered them during this Jed Fish era?
Yeah, it's just more talent. I mean, look, he had a terrific recruiting year 2 years ago. Those are the guys that are all sophomores now, second-year players like Tetero McMillan, like Noah Fafita. And those are the guys that are kind of Jonah Savanaya, the tackle, George Morgan. I mean, these guys are the linchpins of your program, and they're second-year guys right now. So they're just growing up a little bit. And you could see it coming last year. The parallel I've used is to Oregon State. To me, the Wildcats are a year behind Oregon State. And last year, the question was, could the Beavers start taking those almost games and win a few of them? And they're doing it. Now look where they are this year. The Cats are starting to do that now. Last Saturday's a huge one. That's a game you're not favored. You're going up on a tough road trip, and you not only win, but you crush them on their field. That is what Arizona fans have to hope. That's the beginning of the turn.
And I got to tell you what, Ted, watching Cameron Ward, who's been pretty much money the entire year last week with the one pick, very pedestrian with the offense, as you mentioned, but watching Cam Ward seems somewhat confused in the coverages, and you just didn't see that horizontal passing game get on track at all.
Agreed. 2 weeks in a row. And the other element there is that Washington State's offensive line struggles. They cannot run the ball at all. And that's putting defenses, of course, you know well, that puts defenses in a great spot. Arizona didn't even respect the run after probably the first quarter. And when you can drop 7 or sometimes 8 into cover, go ahead, try to beat you doing that.
Ted, I've got a question for you about the Washington State, Oregon State situation. What's your feel on that now that another lawsuit has been filed? Are they going to just go to court all through this the entire season? Are we ever going to get a conclusion on this?
Well, that's a great point, and it's sad. It's just so sad that not only did a bunch of schools just cover their own rear ends and look after themselves and dash, but now the 2 schools, and actually there were 4 schools that were left behind, Stanford and Cal, took care of their own business and got their way into the ACC. Washington State and Oregon State are left there. And I know from being in Pullman last weekend, they're talking about various options. The best one is to keep the Pac-12 brand, and of course what goes with it would be the revenues and the possessions intact. What they need, guys, and here's the only good news about this, is they need some finality soon. And they really want to have it by the first week of December, because that's when the transfer window opens. And both schools understand that if players don't know what next season will look like, who they play, how we play, they'll be more tempted to jump in the portal. So I assume November is going to be when we get some clarity. And the sad part to me, the really sad part, is that, and I said this to an athletic director last weekend, universities are now like a presidential candidate. Universities in this conference are
3 minutes.
raising money from their donors to pay lawyers.
Uh-huh.
That's not supposed to be the mission of your school. And so it's kind of sad that the schools that have chosen to leave, that took the money and ran, are now paying lawyers to fight Washington State and Oregon State. I have a hard time with that.
I'm with you.
Ted, as you look on and this weekend's game, ASU's got to travel up to take on Washington, who's currently ranked number 5. You got Oregon. He only dropped 1 at number 9. But watching this Washington team, and I think probably the leader in the clubhouse right now, Michael Penix Jr., for the Heisman. You watch this head coach come from Sioux Falls and then Fresno State, and then now where he's at. What do you notice about, not particularly his teams in the past, but what he's done at Washington overall, besides having that talent with this program in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think it's like Kalen DeBoer. I think it's a great story because you don't have to have a huge name. You don't have to have an NFL pedigree to be successful. Kalen DeBoer is a upper Midwest guy that worked his way up, and now we had
2 minutes
contact with him 2 years ago when he was coaching Fresno State, and had Jake Hayner, who's now in the NFL. And they were good. And we had a game. They played at UCLA, and we, the week before the game, met with him and his coaches. And I remember we were all impressed. Go, wow, never heard of this guy. Really impressive. And so then Washington turns around, hires him. Yeah, it's a gamble because he doesn't have that kind of name. But man, it's been brilliant. And I'll tell you, as Dion is trying to show you in Colorado, you better hire good people around you. Dion hired 2 coordinators with an awful lot of experience. Well, the secret sauce in Washington, a lot of it is the offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb. He's good, really good. And, Saban went after him last year. Washington paid him to stay. You watch that offense, and you know why. And so here's the fast forward, guys. As good a player as Michael Penix
1 minute.
is, I think that will be part of the NFL's eval on him, will be how much of it is the scheme he's been in.
Ted, we always enjoy your time, buddy. Thanks. I know you got somewhat of a week off, so you got a list of things to do around the house.
Honeydews?
Honeydews. Oh, no, it's called grandkids. You're kidding me. The grandkids are the ones that pull me and push me. But it's a wonderful thing to have.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for the time as always. We appreciate it, Ted. Have a good week.
Good. All right, guys. Great. Take care.
Ted Robinson joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Always nice enough. He's got the week off. His Pac-12 network is off this week for football. As Washington State at Oregon, that's an ABC game. Utah, USC is Fox. FS1 will have Arizona State, Washington, and then UCLA, Stanford, a late one on ESPN. Ted's brought to you today by All City Towing. They're growing. They continue to grow. Their fleet is gigantic, and they need people. They are hiring. Go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. You'll see everything up on their website. That's allcitytowing.com. So who is the first person to refer to the F word as an F-bomb? He was a Hall of Fame catcher. We're going to tell you who that is in our Valley Chevy Dealers Random Fact of the Day. But we need a contestant to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls here from the Deer Valley location. We'll take the 5th caller. You're going to have 3 games to pick. Jags at Saints, ASU at Washington, and Cards at Seahawks. Those are 3 games. You'll compete against one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks. The phone number is 602-260-9191. That's 260-9191. It's brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Clear.
Just become a serviceable game manager.
Right. Don't get in the way. Don't make a mistake. Yep. He's not really a part of it. I can't say he's not a part of it, but you know what I mean.
No, they're just trying to make sure he doesn't lose the game.
Right.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977.
No, sir.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy.
And I'll do it. Yeah, no problem.
5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great drink specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree Blue Moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season, so he does 2 things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing,
2 things at once,
or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
2 things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I may. I booked an appointment at 4, but
we'll take over last
to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game.
You're hot.
Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
That's right. We're out here at the Deer Valley location, and we're pretty excited that we're giving away 5 65-inch big screen TVs this football season. You can enter every day. All you do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters, and we are here at the Deer Valley location. And we have Milan here from Jersey, grew up right where I grew up.
Yeah.
And must be rooting for the Philadelphia Phillies today, right?
I would hope so.
Good.
I mean, I try. I'm not the biggest, I don't know too much knowledge on football.
Okay.
But I try to follow along, so if it's Philly, I'm with it.
Okay, so good. So, all right, we'll take you there. So we're going to stick to some football. We're going to make it real easy. You're competing against Steve in Glendale.
Okay.
And we will get the picks right now. So tonight's Thursday night game.
Okay.
It's the Jacksonville Jaguars playing the New Orleans Saints. The game is in New Orleans. And who do you think is going to win?
I'm going to go with the Saints. They're at home, so I feel like they're definitely going to pull through. And it's New Orleans, so.
You like that?
Like,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Likes New Orleans.
All right. Who's Steve going with?
Yeah, Steve went with the Saints as well. Trevor Lawrence up in the air. Don't know if he's going to be able to be healthy. Don't know if he's going to play. So he went with the Saints as well.
Game time decision for him. Ed Werder said he's going to play. Yeah. Adam Schefter said it's game time decision, so we'll see.
Toss a coin. All right, second game, ASU at Washington, the number 5 ranked. Washington Huskies up in Seattle. Milan, which way are you going?
ASU.
There you go.
I'm an ASU student.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they pull through so I don't embarrass myself.
There you go.
You know, I'm going with ASU.
All right, Shu, which way is Steve going?
Steve clearly from down south because he said Washington the game.
All right, let's go to the NFL. Back to the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals in Seattle to play against the Seahawks. I need the winner, and give me what you think that score might be.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals because obviously we're here in Arizona. I can't cheat on us.
You're such a homer.
Right? I am. I'm a homebody. So we're going to do the Cardinals, and I think the score is going to be, I don't even know if this is a possible score, but I'm going to go with 27-13.
Oh, that's a good score.
That's a really good score.
Yeah.
27-13.
You're saying Seattle doesn't show up for the game? Is that what you're saying right now?
You know what? I don't know what the beef was, but I remember when I was younger, my dad was into football. He did fantasy football every year. I had to listen to him do it, in his little den. And I just know that there was some sort of beef back then with the Seahawks.
There it is.
Seahawks and the Falcons, right?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, Shu, what did Steve do?
Steve also taking the Cardinals, thinks it's going to be a little bit more of a high-scoring affair. It said 28-20 Cardinals.
Okay. 28-20. All right. So, Milan, how long have you been working for Twin Peaks?
I've been here since we opened April 17th.
Okay. You having fun?
I am having a lot of fun. It's
Good.
super close to my house, and it was definitely different. I came from an Italian restaurant, so it was definitely
That's
like
a bit different change.
it was a family restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here, we still promote family. You know, like
Yeah.
family restaurants over here, but definitely dressed differently. And
Definitely dressed differently,
and it's still fun though. It's definitely like cute. I feel like, especially for my age and everything, something fun to do once. I guess you know.
You didn't dress like that and serve spaghetti?
No, unfortunately not. They probably would have came a lot more.
I talk about on Tuesdays and Wednesdays cancer awareness that you guys have as far as what you guys are wearing.
Yeah, so for the whole month of October, we're honoring the cancer awareness, but for breast cancer.
Yes.
So we're doing pink, and if you donate $5, you get a bracelet, which I have, and if you do $10, you get a pin, and then if you donate any amount, you also get to sign your name. So you could do $1, $2 if you wanted to.
Great.
Sign your name, hang it up. Everybody in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, a lot of people do it. Yeah.
Exactly, but we're doing it for the whole month of October, and so it's definitely super cool. And all of the proceeds is with Making Strides, so all of it's going to come right back to Arizona specifically, our state, and people in our state who are struggling families, and everything like
Great
that.
to hear that.
Yeah,
Good job,
super
Milan.
cool.
Thanks for joining us. You did
You're
a great
welcome.
job.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Jersey.
See you guys next time.
You got it from South Jersey. It's brought to you by the 29-degree man-sized Blue Moon and Coors Light drafts that are here at Twin Peaks and all 5 locations. She did a nice job for the first time there. So she did a good job. So, again, I'm giving away 5 TVs. We'll give those away the first week of December, get you ready for the holidays. And all you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925.
Milan and Steve going with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And that up there in Seattle. I mean, Seattle, after what they lost last week, they're a little hot and cold right now.
They are.
Hey, your random fact of the day today by the Valley Chevy dealers. I don't know if you guys heard my tease, but I was talking about who was the first catcher to take the F-bomb,
right?
Bring it to
fruition.
Yeah. So who was the first person to refer to the F word as an F-bomb?
Okay.
Oh,
he was quoted in Newsday.
This is documented now.
Yes, he was quoted in Newsday. That would be documented.
Okay.
In 1988, where he says an umpire threw him out for using the F-bomb.
I'm going to throw this Lance Parrish.
Close. One of my favorite players.
Darren Dalton.
No, 1988, I don't think he was playing.
Wasn't there yet? Okay.
Bob Boone? Was it Boone?
No.
Anyway, he was done playing by
later.
If I give you the team, you
Boone
should
was
know
done
right
by
away.
that time.
Yes.
All right, he's a Hall of Fame catcher.
It's Gary Carter, is it not?
It is Gary Carter.
Gary Carter.
Did we ask Sue if he could participate on this
Well,
one?
he just-
I know I told him he's part of the show.
When you said he's
Mets
a Hall
fan.
of Famer, Gary Carter popped in and Shu beat me too.
Oh, sure he did.
Well, Shu's a Met fan.
Oh,
That's why I knew he would get it. He's our baseball aficionado, so I didn't want him to go down there.
Wait a minute. Gary Carter played for the Montreal Expos.
In the New York Mets.
I know that. No, I just disallow Carter for the Mets. He played for the Montreal Expos.
So did Randy Johnson, but it doesn't mean that you don't bring up his name.
Gary Carter had a couple game-winning hits.
No,
in the
I
World
know what
Series.
he did. Come on.
Go back to
Oh,
football.
no, man. Montreal Expos. I love that team.
Are you done?
No.
Okay. I get. You know what? You think?
See what you've been missing, Shu?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
I mean,
Joe Carter hit the home
he's a
run
world
to
champion
beat
as a Met. What are you talking
Philadelphia
about?
off the wild thing.
All right, let's
Mitch
Shu
Williams.
talk for a
Let him
second.
talk,
Let's
Jimmy.
Shu. Go ahead, Shu,
He's
please.
a world champion
Yes.
as a Met in 1986.
Yes. Well aware of that.
More remembered
Well
as an
aware of
Expo?
that. Montreal
What are you talking
Expos. Montreal Expos.
Did the Expos win a World Series?
Give me
with the catcher?
Give me Rock Reigns. Give me the Hawk.
Rusty Staub.
Yeah, give me Rusty Staub.
Also
he had a
played
great
for other teams other than the Expos.
Rusty Staub was a great chef and had a great restaurant in New York.
He was also
City.
a New York Met. You know
He
that,
also
so you-
played for the Texas Rangers too.
You act like you got to prove yourself.
No, I'm not
that
proving
you know all
anything.
this stuff.
I'm not proving
I love those guys on air. They got to prove that they can tell me because they knew their baseball cards. You knew everything.
That's how he prepped. Hey, Rock, that's how he prepped, man.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He got with all that. going
I
on.
just looked at baseball cards my whole life.
How do you consider Carter more of an Expo than a Met when he won a World
Because
Series?
I
with the
know he
Mets?
won the World
Dude,
Series.
when you think of Gary Carter, you do think Montreal
Initially,
Expos.
but I think him
it's
with
hard
the
not
Mets.
to.
Yeah, and you're talking about a guy. Yeah, he started off. of the other guys, but there are some guys that fish with the Mets that won World Series, Jimmy.
I know that. I'm well aware of that. But he was one of the Montreal Expos who put the Expos on the map.
As did Randy Johnson, as did Rock.
Hey, dude, do me a favor. Just play music, get us out of this segment. Jeez. Hey, coming up, assistant head coach for Arizona, Charlie Ragle. We'll get the latest on Kyler Murray, get you caught up in this Phillies-Diamondbacks game. No score in the third inning. It's been both teams have had guys on base in scoring position, but they haven't been able to get them in. So we'll keep you caught up with that and Howard Balzer at 3:30. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado,
hey, Rock.
No such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games.
Touchdown!
Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
Cardinals fans can jump right into the football action with confidence at BetMGM. Sign up for the King of Sportsbooks using code KGE9 and get.
Can you grab Rock for me?
Back if you don't win, up to $1,500.
I need him to record a tease for the Charlie interview.
Get ready for kickoff each week with the King of Sportsbooks by locking in your same game parlay. Checking out the exclusive.
I think so. Just look at the doc. Go ahead. Gentleman and a scholar, thank you.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle
okay, all good.
shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get.
Oh, it doesn't feel good?
A retailer near you.
Stop letting your bladder call the shots. Talk to Arizona urology specialists about frequent urination and take control today. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Sunset coach Frank Vogel said he plans to play his regular rotation for a good part of tonight's preseason finale against the Los Angeles Lakers. Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovello reworked his lineup for Game 3 of the National League Championship Series against Philadelphia Among the changes today include Corbin Carroll batting second, while Ketel Marte is now in the leadoff spot. In the NHL, the Coyotes will battle the St. Louis Blues to finish up their season.
And you can come to me if you need.
Connor Ingram will get the start at net. And Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Budda Baker were seen on the practice field once again, taking their reps for a second straight day.
Guy just runs over me while I'm trying to talk.
Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword credit at foxsports910.com. That's credit at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those low 70s. And then for your Friday, another hot day out there, another potentially record-tying day with our projected high at 103 degrees with mostly sunny skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Warning, if you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or
Yeah, they just got to get the first run across the plate.
RSV today.
At this point, they've played well enough. Get the first run across, and this one's yours.
Is brought to you by Pfizer.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer
They just got to
Valley
get one.
Center. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
He's pitching really well.
Favorite teams
I've been paying really close attention.
Environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
It's a little baseball game that's taking place downtown Chase Field, and it is a packed house, even with the inexpensive tickets, dare I say cheap, and they were to get into this afternoon's game. No score right now in the fourth inning between the Phillies and the D-backs. We will continue to update you as the game progresses. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Jax is here. She was back in the studio at the world-famous iHeart radio station. And we are here to set up what this game has been so far. And to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised, Manuch. I'm a little shocked that Brandon Pfaadt is just pitching lights out so far in this game.
Yeah, gone 4 innings so far, only given up 2 hits, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Only 51 pitches on the evening so far. Your Ranger Suarez has gone 3. Obviously, right now in the bottom of the fourth, he's only given up 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. This is measuring up, Jimmy, I think, to being a pitcher's duel. And I told you before we started during the break, I said, hey, look, this could be a 2-1 ball game, 3-2
It has that
game.
feel, yes.
And, Christian Walker, a guy I mentioned, has got to get on track, just took a walk. So, again, it's just a matter of just putting the ball in play, moving runners over. I mean, hell, here you are, and you look at a scenario, if you got no outs, butt him over. Move him into scoring position.
Yeah.
Let's go small ball, for crying out loud. Let's move him over. Christian Walker's got a few steals, but you're not going to steal in a game like this. But don't be afraid to move him over, play a little small ball. The Diamondbacks have got to mix it up. And the one guy that's really struggling as far as mixing it up is one Corbin Carroll, who now is 1 for 12 in these in his last several games in reference to batting. He's 0 for 2 so far in the day. Ketel Marte's got the 1 hit, and then Gurriel's got the other hit. But this is fun baseball as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
National League Championship Series, pitchers duel.
Highly entertaining.
They just need one.
Yeah,
and we're
that's
good to
it.
go.
That's it. You win this game, you feel like you're right back in the series. That's the key right there. Some of the other top stories, the Suns playing their final preseason game tonight. They're playing in Palm Springs. That's a nice setup there for the players. And they are matched up against the Lakers.
Yeah, and Frank Vogel had mentioned yesterday and today he wants us to be like any kind of dress rehearsal in at the end of a preseason, right?
Okay, yeah.
He wants to treat this as close as he can to a regular season game. They don't play until the 24th, so he's got a few days before he gets ready. So this is the last preseason game, exhibition game, and treat it. Everybody's going to be ready to go, whatever the rotations are going to be, to really treat this as that last game, test guys' durability, their stamina, all the above. And, in Palm Springs, which I think they do that every year. It's kind of a tradition.
It is.
I know that Robert Sarver, I think he had a tennis team over there. Matter of fact, Sarver would take his team and they'd go play on this huge tennis facility over there in Palm Springs. I believe it was Palm Springs in California, not California, outside of Palm Springs, and have a big game. And they have an outdoor game. You have all the fans come in there, and they play. It wasn't as if it was a major type of preseason game. But this game will be the last warm-up per se before they take on the Golden State Warriors on October 24th.
Looking forward to that. I watched a little of the Golden State Warriors against the Sacramento Kings last night just to get a little feel for what the Warriors are attempting to accomplish. Steve Kerr's playing everybody right now. I mean, everybody who was on that bench pretty much got minutes in that game last night. I'm real curious with what you just referenced about the coach indicating that the Suns are going to kind of treat this as a dress rehearsal. I'm just wondering if the starters play late into the fourth quarter or if they do the dress rehearsal for the first half and that's it.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Jimmy. We'll have to see in watching tonight's game if they do that. But when I hear a coach say we're going to treat this as if it's a regular season game, I would think as far as his rotation and playing guys, whatever minutes they're going to play in that first half. And then if they're coming down the wire, and what's curious? The Lakers in competition, right?
Yep.
LeBron loves competition.
Oh, he does.
LeBron's like, okay, all right, Phoenix, y'all got all these new dudes.
Yeah.
We got our guys.
Yeah.
I could see this turning into a very competitive fourth quarter.
It might be.
Because of LeBron and because of the group that they have. And then Frank Vogel wants to send a message, maybe not so much to the fans, and I'm a fan, but to the players. Hey, look, guys, if this is going to be treated as if it's a regular season game, I'm going to play you as if it's a regular season game. To answer your point, I think he does play the regulars at the very end of the game. And why not?
Yeah.
If it's going to be, you got a few days off.
Right.
To see if those rotations, if you coming off the bench and how you handle coming off the bench with the last 3 or 4 minutes in the game.
The Diamondbacks did not get a run in their half of the fourth inning. We will move to the top of the fifth. No score in Game 3 in the NLCS between the Phillies and the D-backs. Quickly back to Frank Vogel, and I'll remind everybody, the former coach of the Los Angeles Lakers who won a championship, and everybody says, well, it was in the bubble and it doesn't really – the hell it doesn't count. He won the NBA championship. So from that standpoint, this one might have maybe just a little bit of extra juice.
Yeah, and I think for Frank Vogel, he's probably over all that. I'm just stunned that they let him go.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA just mystifies me as to having all these coaches do such a good job for teams, and because of injuries or egos or scenarios that they put that onus on that coach.
Okay.
Frank Vogel should still be coaching this LA Lakers team.
He's a very good coach.
My curiosity is watching this team, how much more they look defensively.
Okay.
Or is it just a regular NBA game?
Okay.
So are they going to be able to shut down guys in the last 3 or 4 minutes? Are they going to be able to put their size into the last 3 or 4 minutes? Where's that rebounding? And I think on top of everything else, how does that transcend on the offensive side? So, I mean, I just think that this is one of the better chances the Suns have had. I think the last couple of years, I think they got stale the last 2 years, especially after the Milwaukee Bucks beat them a couple years ago
in the championship.
Something happened to that team, Jimmy.
I'm with you.
Something, confidence or lack of confidence, DA not playing 110% every game, whatever it was, something happened. So maybe Frank Vogel with the moves they made. And I look at this lineup and this depth. Jimmy, there's no reason why they shouldn't be contending to win the Western Conference title. I really believe that.
I agree with that.
But can you match the Denver Nuggets from what they did? That's the team that's holding serve right now. And that's a team that you got to chase and overcome and prove it to your not only to your teammates, but to prove that you can go get that done when it comes to the Western Conference Finals. I feel, Jimmy, it's Western Conference Finals or bust because of the way you see Kevin Durant's only got one more year after this year. as far as him, unless he moves on, which I don't think he will. But this window is closing for the Suns, and having all the pieces, now they got defense, supposedly, to go ahead and win it all.
It's going to be a great season, a very interesting season, and quite frankly, we cannot wait for the Suns to be playing for real on the hardwood. Also, on the ice tonight, Coyotes are in action. They are in St. Louis against the Blues. And look, I watched some of the game the other night. Look, they lost 2-1 to the Rangers, lost 1-0 to the Islanders. They're playing some really good hockey, but they're struggling to light the lamp.
Yeah, and I think that's encouraging.
It
When
is
you look
encouraging.
at the scores.
Yeah.
You look at the goalie play with this team, and again, early on, you love those litmus tests, right? At St. Louis taking on the Blues before you have your home opener against Anaheim on Saturday. You know what? It's tough sledding, so to speak.
Yep.
But you get a day off tomorrow, and you get it all at the Mullet on Saturday night. Come in there fresh, get on the red carpet with your brand new, spanky new red sweaters and what have you. So, again, it's going to be one of those rebuilding years. We'll catch up with Coach Peters tomorrow at 1:30, get his thoughts on the first 4 games of this Coyotes team.
There you go. Top headlines always presented by the sports book at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona. Don't forget the Monday night tailgate as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Over $1,200 is available to win now this coming Monday night. Just head out to Casino Arizona and join us at the CAZ Sports Bar and Sports Book. All right, look, this is real important. And you got to jump on this right now because limited space. We are getting a tremendous reaction to our great putting tournament. It is the Listener Appreciation Putting Tournament at Putting World in Scottsdale. It is Wednesday, October 25th from 5 to 7, right in the middle of happy hour. It is a 36-hole putting tournament, and the cost $9.10. Even me, as cheap as I am, I would pay $9.10 to hang out with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. And we got a lot of special guests coming as well, including great prizes. You're going to have a wonderful time. Once again, just go to rocandmanuch.com and sign up. That's rocandmanuch.com and get signed up. All right, Sun Devils, after the bye week, back in action. Oh, boy, they've got a tough road test in Seattle against the Washington Huskies. Devils assistant head coach Charlie Regal will be our guest next, and he is presented by Crest Insurance. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on the Clear, we will recap all things NLCS Game 3. Plus, I will tell you why Kyler Murray shouldn't return until the Atlanta Falcons game. 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I just got to look at a new wreck on eastbound 101, the transition over to northbound 17, sitting off right. 17 southbound, a lot of traffic, Bethany home over to McDowell Road. And a car pedestrian accident on Broadway and Dorsey, just east of Rural.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Oh, I love this restaurant. Glad we got a table quickly. What does that sign say? Caution, wet floor? No, right next to it. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
The Coyotes battle the Blues to finish up their season-opening 4-game road trip. Then it's back to Mullet Arena for Saturday's home opener against the Ducks. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Budda Baker took part in practice today without issue. Yesterday's injury report will be updated later today. And Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson was back on the practice field after missing the last couple of weeks with a shoulder injury. His status for Week 7 is uncertain. I'm J.D. Halfren.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending.
We can debate that in a little bit here.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hyperscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Well, up next is the Washington Huskies, Arizona State. That extra week to prepare for this game. One thing to note, in their last 2 losses, they were decided by a combined 6 points. And 4 of their 5 losses overall were decided by 14 or fewer. So they are close.
They're there.
Getting close. Assistant head coach Charlie Regal joins us now on Fox Sports 910. Coach, you're close, right? It's just a couple tweaks and things will be rolling.
You know what? It is oh so close, yet oh so far.
But seriously,
How we
I
doing?
mean, good, man. But
Great,
when you hear about all the Devils, and I think a lot of people that know sports or follow the team know that, hey, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. You were out recruiting last week, and the whole team was. But if you really start looking at numbers and you're saying, hey, 2 losses were decided by a combined 6 points. I know it doesn't help, the wins and losses, but you got to be able to build on that, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think when you look at those games, I think in particular when you talk about Oklahoma State, Cal, and Colorado, those are games that you say, man, we certainly had a chance to win those games. And if we'd have done, X, Y, or Z, we probably are sitting at a minimum of 4-2. And then obviously, the SC game was really a 1-score game back and forth until, a little late in the fourth quarter. But you guys know it doesn't work that way. It's certainly the ability to go back and assess and knowing where we are at as a program year one and all the things that we've gone through. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's all been documented. But, we're trying to win games now. These kids don't want to hear that. We got to give them answers answer the questions and find out ways that we can help them get better, and hopefully take those, those small margins and convert them from the losses to the wins. And, that's what we're going to try and do here on Saturday. And as we go into this back six, the second half of the season, that's what our intentions are.
Charlie, you talk about self-assess. I call it self-scouting, if you will. We talked about that with the Diamondbacks pitching staff. Please self-assess taking on this Philadelphia Phillies team. But when you look back at the 6 games and you self-assess or self-scout, did the pros outweigh the cons? Was the cons outweighing the pros? Where did everything kind of fit out before you guys move forward for these next 6?
Well, I mean, that's a broad question. It's it's a really good question. I can talk to you about really what I did in the bye week, right? I went and broke down, all of our stuff as it pertains to special teams. And then I broke down our defensive ends. And, I looked at a couple of things that the Coach Ward wanted me to assess. And then in particular, I looked at, every one of our guys that played their one-on-one pass rush situations, and just kind of, hey, these are how teams are going to play you. These are the protections that we're most likely going to see, based on how you set or just a wide variety of things. But, and then obviously I looked at every rep that we took on special teams and, how do we, how our team's playing us? What can we do to get better? And so when you say that did the pros outweigh the cons, obviously, in the big scheme, right, it's winner.
You're ahead of me. Hold on.
The con. And so obviously it's cons because we're 1-5. But I think where, if you're looking as a Sun Devil fan, and
yeah, we gotta swing there.
When I say this, we got better each week. Yeah. I mean, we didn't win. And that's the name of the game. I can't stress that enough. We all understand that. But as you're building,
my TV's a little behind here.
Those are the things you're looking for as you're building the foundation, and we're instilling the things that Coach Dillingham wants and the culture and all the things that we're trying to get right for the big picture along the way. And in that process, are we doing those little things that are going to help us get there ultimately in the end game? And from that standpoint, I believe we are. We certainly, I think, have seen that week to week, us continue to get better. But, that's not good enough as we try and convert these things into W's.
Charlie, my question for you, now that you're doing it, coming off that bye week, did you get healthy? Are there more guys now on your team that will be available to play in Seattle this weekend?
You guys know I shoot you straight all the time. I'd like to tell you yes, but that's just not the case.
Okay.
It's we're just, we're not. I mean, now, in terms of the guys that are going to play, they're certainly going to be healthier. In terms of, I thought we did a great job. I thought Coach Dillingham had a great plan in terms of how we approached the bye week, and getting
just to prepare you ahead of time, Manuch. He might take him out when Schwarber comes up.
And active so that they're ready to play on Saturday. But just some of these things are just out of our control. And
right, but Lovello might bring in a lefty to face Schwarber because he's due up like third in the inning.
For some of these injuries that
so I'm just pre-warning your anger.
You just, your week isn't enough time to heal some of these. And so we're in a tough situation as that goes. But you know what? We're going to go out and play with who we got and play the best we can.
Charlie Regal joining us here. Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group. How different are things with Coach Dillingham taking over the play?
If I told you before the game started that Fott got you 20 outs, you take it.
End of the day,
and you'd say my bullpen can get me 7 outs. That's what they're breaking it down to.
Made his name at, right? And,
or I guess 18 outs.
But I think at the end of the day, and he'd tell you this himself, at the end of the day, we're judged on wins and losses.
There's somebody throwing, I think.
We've got to continue to improve. I think the one thing early on that we saw was just the carousel of quarterbacks and guys getting hurt. I think that really made it tough on Coach Baldwin. And then when Kenny took over and started calling plays, it made it tough on him. Now that we've had Trenton in there for a few games now, we're able to get that. And we talked about this, a couple weeks ago. Able to get that consistency.
It's a big difference between Kyle Schwarber and Brandon Marsh.
Around the quarterback, know what to expect and are able to feed off of that. And so I think that's only going to enhance what Coach Dillingham is going to be able to bring to the table as we move forward in these next 6 games.
Coach, is it Elijah Badger? Roc talks about play calling. Is there been more of a concerted effort to get him the ball, because he's really jumped off the tape, Coach, these last couple of games on special teams and receiving.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think when you got a guy that makes plays like that, and you guys know, like, hey, it's, we want to try and get him the ball. Like, you got to get your playmakers the ball, and obviously he's done some great things, as you mentioned, on special teams as well in the return game, and continues to do that. So he has, and and obviously, hey man, we're going to feed him. If he can continue to make plays like that, we'd be silly not to, and that's part of it. And so yeah, we'll continue to find ways to get him into the equation for sure.
So this is going to be another Heisman Trophy candidate that you're going to be matched up against in quarterback.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. It's not easy, Charlie. It's not easy. What can you – I know. Yeah, can you do anything? I'm sure you looked at what Oregon tried to do. Can you do anything to slow him down?
Well, I was thinking maybe Halloween's getting close. I just dress up like a ghost and disappear.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to help at all. You know what? Like, again, and this sounds cliche, but it's really not. Like, look, we can't control who we play. You know what I mean? He's a hell of a quarterback, and Caleb Williams was a hell of a quarterback. But really, it doesn't matter whether we're playing, and this is what we've stressed to our guys all along. It doesn't matter whether it's Southern Utah in week 1 or it's up at UW in game 7 for us. We have to prepare and get ready to play the same way, because that's all that we can control. And really, it's about how good can we be, because we have no matter what we do, we're not going to control what he does. And so we're well aware of his accolades and the things that they've done at UW and the season that they're having. But for us, it's just trying to focus on the little things that we can do to get ourselves better, and just go in there and try and play a clean football game and play at the highest level possible that we can play at.
He's Charlie Ragle. Thanks to Crescent Church Group. Hey, what's the weather? Do you have any early weather calls out there? You going to get any rain?
He has a sinker, a sweeper. There's change in a fastball.
I've been checking on the daily. It started out at the beginning of the week at about 25% chance of rain. The last I looked yesterday was at 7%. I think about a high of 62. The low in the low 50s. I think we're going to be okay weather-wise, which is I've been up there in October, late October, and I've been there when it rained, and it rained so hard it was coming down sideways. So the fact that we got to go play these guys is a tough, it's tough enough. The fact that you sometimes got to do it in torrential downpours makes it even worse. So I think we're going to get a break as far as the weather goes. Hopefully the game will break just like the weather, and we should be in good shape.
Charlie, I grew up in Seattle. I can tell you right now, people in Seattle do not get a tan. They rust.
They rust. Jeez. Oh, that's Jimmy B for you. Those dingers. Yes, good stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry to do that, Charlie.
Yeah. It was such a good interview.
Yeah, it was such a good one.
Yeah.
We're not going to replay it now. I mean, geez. Thank you, Charlie. We'll have good luck this weekend.
I appreciate you guys. Talk to you next week. Go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Ragle joining us. Follow him on Twitter at Ragle Charlie. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, specialty insurance solutions for clients.
I think it's Sol Frank coming in.
All markets. Just go to crestins.com.
So Kyler Murray on the practice field along with Buda Baker. How is that going to play out the rest of this week? Cardinals beat writer for Go PHNX, Howard Balzer, is going to be our guest. We're live at Twin Peaks, the Deer Valley location. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
We begin in the NFL, where quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Buda Baker were seen on the practice field, taking their reps for a second straight day. Suns head coach Frank Vogel will play the regular rotation of players for around 3/4 of tonight's preseason finale with the Los Angeles Lakers. A pair of Suns greats will be inducted into the Ring of Honor this season. Sean Marion's name will go up in the ring on December the 15th, while Amare Stoudemire will get inducted on March the 2nd. And in the National Hockey League, the Coyotes battle the St. Louis Blues to finish up their season-opening 4-game road trip. Connor Ingram will get the start in net. I'm J.D. Haffron on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit My Guy.
Manuch, it's like I know this game of baseball or something.
Make My Guy your guy.
For tonight, look for mostly.
Oh, I told him ahead of the inning that this is exactly what Lovello was going to do.
Hot day out there. Another potentially record-tying day with our projected high at 103 degrees with most.
Manuch, it's like I know this how this baseball thing works.
Experts. I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by.
No, he was always going to go lefty at that spot anyway.
iPhones,
probably the biggest at bat of the game. You got 17 outs from Thought. You got to ask your bullpen to get 10.
Pound 250 and say Boost
bullpen you haven't used at all.
And Boost Infinite. You'll have the option to receive a one-time.
Right. So get this one out, and you eliminate Schwarber basically for the remainder of the game.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Listener Appreciation President's Putting Cup Classic at
This is what you have this guy on the roster for, to get this guy out.
5 p.m. The guys are live from 1 to 4. Then we'll host a special 36-hole putting.
And this is the perfect spot to face him. A home run doesn't lose you the game. You're down 1-0. You can get that back. You want to face these guys when nobody's on base.
Cents to play per person.
You can't score 2 runs in a playoff game.
Town Center. He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out here, Twin Peaks in Deer Valley, and we can update you on the game. The Phillies do not get any runs in this last inning. Diamondbacks coming up, and the game remains scoreless. That means now that we're going to switch to football as Cardinal beat writer from Go PHNX, Howard Balzer, joins us. Howard, it's Jimmy B and Manuch along with Jax. Welcome as always, pal. What do you make of the Kyler Murray back at practice and also Buda Baker back at practice?
Yeah, I was expecting it to be this week with Kyler, or at least next week at the latest. I recall predicting back in the summer that the likely return, at least to practice, would be right around after week 6. I do remember when people kind of laughed at me and Dr. David Chow in the off season when I was saying, hey, this is going to be an injury and a rehab. It's going to take him out in terms of playing until around halfway through the season. And people said, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Well, not so much. But, bottom line, he's back. And he was the one, according to Jonathan Gannon, that made the decision. Gannon said he went up to him yesterday and said, I'm practicing today. And Gannon said, great, see you out there. And so now we'll just, he hasn't been doing of course, we only see, guys, I should make this clear. We only see, in terms of the media, the first 20 minutes of practice, which includes stretching and some individual drills. And so he's been out there, obviously, for that. He's been throwing the ball virtually all on the drills to the practice squad receivers, with Jeff Driscoll, who's on the practice squad, while Clayton Tune, of course, and Joshua Dobbs are throwing to the main receivers. But, he looks good throwing. He's, nimble on his feet. He's got that good quickness in his drop that he's always had. And, everyone's now speculating, when's he going to play? I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be, I would doubt it. It's certainly not going to be this week. I would doubt it'll be next week. Maybe the Browns on November 5th on the road. But I think what it's pointing to probably is a home game against the Falcons on November 12th, where he will start in that game. So that's what it's looking like. Buda Baker back on the field. He acknowledged today, guys, that it was a pretty serious hamstring injury. It was an upper hamstring injury, which is considered the proximal part of the hamstring. And he said that they said to him that can be a 6 to 8 week recovery period. And he said, well, when I hear 6 weeks, I just said, okay, you can say what you want, but we're going to go after this day by day. Well, Friday will be 5 weeks from the time that he pulled his hamstring in practice. So not sure it's going to be this week that he's going to play. It's possible that it could be. You certainly don't want to get it out there too soon and go in full speed, but I'd be surprised if he's not out there at the latest by the game a week from Sunday against the Ravens.
Howard, I'd be curious to when you talk to the staff, what's going to be the determining factor whether Kyler Murray is ready or not? What will they put him through? What kind of paces, what kind of game-like scenarios they put him through to make sure that he's completely ready, or are they going to leave that up to him?
Well, it's a combination. I think when he feels mentally that, yeah, I can go out there and play, I think obviously he's been medically cleared. That's what I inferred that from what Gannon said yesterday, that Kyler said, I'm practicing today. That sounds to me like medically they've said, hey, you're ready to go when you decide that you feel right doing that. So certainly him feeling good enough to go out there, feeling comfortable with the offense. I mean, they're in a tough situation now. I've been saying this for weeks because you've got to get Joshua Dobbs ready to play in the game. And so how do you get some snaps for him in practice, running the offense, doing all those things when you're getting not only your starting quarterback ready, but you're getting your backup ready too in the event something would happen to Joshua Dobbs, with Clayton Tune perhaps having to go into the game. So that's going to be the challenge over these next few weeks. You certainly can't duplicate a game in practice, and it's going to have to be essentially on both sides, I think, guys, a leap of faith when they say, okay, it's ready to go out there and let it rip and just see what happens in a real game. But in my mind, the earlier the better when he feels good about it and everyone feels good about it, because there's going to be a certain amount of rust. There's going to be a certain amount of getting accustomed again to game situations. And to me, you want to get that rust out and get that rust off as soon as you can. And so That's why it wouldn't surprise me to see him play against the Browns, although that's a really difficult defense. The game's on the road. That's why it seems to make the most sense for that Falcons game. And, there'll still be at that point 8 games left in the season, which is basically half the year. So he'll have plenty of time to get out there and show what he's capable of doing within this offense.
Howard Balzer is our guest. He's on the right Toyota guest line. Howard, take me then to the upcoming game in Seattle. Look, they were using James Conner, the running back, as their main offensive weapon. He is not in the lineup, of course, out with the injury. What do you expect out of the Cardinals, and what is their chances of winning in Seattle?
It's a tough challenge. I mean, once again, I think it relies as much on the defense as it does on the offense, because this is a defense that's been shredded by really good receivers in the last few weeks with Brandon Ayuk and then Jamar Chase, and last week with Cooper Kupp. And the second half has just been dismal. And I just think it's a matter of they're just not talented enough on defense, and that the other team just asserts its will in the second half. So for this defense to stop Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and the running back Kenneth Walker, I think is going to be a very big challenge for this team. But they'll probably hang in. A big key will be don't turn it over, which of course has happened the last couple of weeks with Joshua Dobbs. And Joshua Dobbs. We're seeing now, especially in these last 2 weeks, and there were hints of it the previous weeks about why he's been a backup his entire career. The accuracy is very inconsistent.
Yep.
There's been a bunch of plays in a lot of these games that they've lost that if they had just hit him when he overthrew guys or threw behind them or whatever it might be, there's been a bunch of those that if they had connected might have made the outcome a little different. And I'll say this, even last Sunday against the Rams, they had 2 trips to the red zone in the first half and couldn't convert them. And I thought they ran the ball decently in that game, even without James Conner. But, if they had scored touchdowns on those 2 red zone trips, excuse me, and instead of leading 9-6 at the half, are leading, 17 to 6. Do the Rams come out and run the ball the way they did at the beginning of the second half? I don't know if they do or not. And so that's going to be the case. But Joshua Dobbs is what Joshua Dobbs is. And for them to have a chance, he just has to play a whole lot better than he has, especially in these last 2 games.
Thank you, pal. It's always great when we catch up with you on a Thursday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Look forward to it, guys. Take care.
There you go. Howard Balzer, go PHNX, and he is brought to you by Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em. You can play our weekly Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em. It's all powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Just pick the pro games each week. Once again, it's the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em. All right, everybody, we're going to clean out the locker a little bit. We've got our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. We're also going to bring you up to speed on what's on tap tonight and the results of today's state. It's your call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Wow!
Clear.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Santan Freeway northbound after State Route 24. There is an accident off left. I-10 eastbound near 67th Avenue. The HOV lane is blocked by a crash. And there is an accident 19th Avenue at Thunderbird.
This report is sponsored by E.D. Marshall Jewelers. Don't sell your jewelry for scrap. At E.D. Marshall Jewelers, we need your fine jewelry, watches, and coins, and we'll pay the highest possible prices. Find us online at edmarshallbuys.com. Our new store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino.
I have something about that Michigan thing if you do it.
The guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every...
Nah, I'm not going to do it.
Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from...
Yeah, it's okay.
Blue Weber agave in the highlands of...
And one call is Tori talking about, before the game, obviously, talking about the trust that he has in Brendan Fott.
Rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequila...
And then remember, boys, I'm not in tomorrow. You got Richie.
Store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Yeah, I switched. I'm covering it. I'm doing ASU hockey tomorrow night.
Football season, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light has your chance right now.
Yeah, he had the shift, and then he wanted to go to the game, so he asked if I would switch with him, so I switched.
Peaks to 59925.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th. For ASU's homecoming.
No, Luke just filled in. Alex Coley is who it is. It's Tyler and Alex.
Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
It was Money and Luke last weekend.
Online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scattaboo continues to grow.
Gillette.
What do you mean?
Gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there.
Yeah, we carry ASU hockey's right. That's why I'm working the game. I'm going to be here at the studio just late.
Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Don't let sideline you. Early can save lives. Talk to Arizona Urology Specialists about getting screened. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million.
Yeah, lead off double, you got to score those.
eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash.
You hope that you don't look back on that as the reason why they lost.
ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in
Okay, let's wrap it up here.
Center.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 9
You're hot.
and the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out at Twin Peaks. Everybody's having a great time watching the baseball game, and the football game is tonight as well. It is Jacksonville and New Orleans. That is our first Football at 50 topic. Do you like Jacksonville in this game if indeed Trevor Lawrence plays?
You know, it's funny. It's at New Orleans.
It is.
Yeah, I kind of lean toward Jacksonville, but I don't know about Derek Carr and this New Orleans Saints team in New Orleans. Trevor Lawrence, one guy says he's a go, one guy says he's a game-time decision. For some odd reason, I think I took the Saints in this game just because it's in New Orleans. One of those toss-up games, if you will.
I got you on that. Right now, there is still no score in the baseball game, and we are playing in the top of the 7th inning. Manuch, you had a great point on this about how the Diamondbacks had a runner at third base, and they couldn't get him in.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second, Jimmy. Right now it's Football 50. And I want to get into the Michigan State scenario that we that we had here a little bit too. Shoot, go ahead and give us a little something on that scenario.
Yeah, so we were talking a little bit earlier about this Michigan investigation that's about to take place over whether or not they were sign stealing or, getting advanced scouting by sending members of their own staff to different games. Well, the report is that it wasn't for current games. It was for future opponents and potential college football opponents. And so my initial thought when I read the story is they brought somebody into a room and they said, hey, buddy, we're going to send you to watch the Iowa offense to go give us some signals. You don't need to steal the signs from the Iowa offense. They're not good. There's my advanced scouting for you. They can't move the ball. You do not have to send somebody on that scouting mission.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, guys, let me tell you something. This has been going on for years.
Yes.
I know in the National Football League, I'll tell you this, when the Oakland Raiders, LA Raiders, whatever Raiders they were, Al Davis would send guys out and they would tape the sidelines of the opponents from start to finish. They try to pick up a pattern with the signals before they start calling in plays many, many years ago. And then this whole thing about Michigan State may not play the game. I know it's a rivalry. I mean, please.
Yeah, I know.
Are you serious?
I'm with you.
After all the issues that Michigan State's had off the field with trainers, the abuse, all that. I mean, please give me a break. So they got their signals. Well, you got those quarterbacks. You got 3 of them down there. You're going to have 2 guys that are going to signal dummy plays.
Yes.
You have the one guy that'll signal the live play. You mix them up. Good luck trying to figure all that out. So I see this stuff in NCAA. You've got more to worry about than worrying about somebody getting the signals down. God forbid.
Is this a witch hunt in your on hardball?
I think it's just ridiculous. I think it's the NCAA trying to prove that they're doing their job.
Oh, okay.
They're a debacle. They're a disgrace.
They are
They're a mess. This is another scenario where the NCAA has no freaking clue. And to bring this out into the open like that, so what are you going to do, make them sit another game? Wait. Your penalties are so harsh, NCAA. God forbid. I mean, look what the hell they didn't do with Bill Self at KU for KU basketball. That's a whole new show. I want to get into it now because it's Football 50, Jimmy.
Well, we're going to switch right now and then go to our Learner and Row 1 call. Here it is.
It's the Learner and Row 1 call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make 1 call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
I just know there's going to be good and bad moments for young pitchers, but it's the presence on the mound,
4 minutes,
the ability to slow things down and make pitches that stands out to me more than anything about Brandon.
That is Diamondbacks manager Torey Lavallo. Prior to the start of today's game, talking about his starter, Brandon Pfaadt, who was absolutely spectacular today.
He was money, Jimmy. 5 2/3, only gave up 2 hits. No runs, 9 Ks on the day. Only threw 70 pitches, the 48 strikes. And you look at this team now, I mean, with Saul Frank and him coming in, 77 pitches, only 50 strikes, meaning they've kept the ball out of the zone. And you've seen this Phillies team go after. But all things considered, it's still going to be very, very tough. You just don't want to see any kind of an explosion from this Philadelphia Phillies offense from that standpoint.
All right, that is indeed our Learner and Row 1 call. That's all. Interact. Need a check? Just make 1 call. 602-977-1900. Always at learnerandrow.com. Once again, 1 call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Let's get to What's on Tap.
What's on Tap is brought to you by Roc and Manuch's Amber and Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Arena Sports Grill, BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler, CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona, Tavern Grill Scottsdale, and Upper Crust Pizza in Phoenix. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Amber and Lager, brewed locally by Huss Brewing Company.
All right, currently the Phillies and Diamondbacks playing as we've been monitoring. Hit on down to any of your Valley Twin Peaks, 5 of them around the Valley. You can catch it on TBS, but come on in here and maybe watch the last 2 or 3 innings.
2 minutes.
Could be going to extra innings. If not, hold these Philadelphia Phillies at bay. Also at 5 o'clock tonight, the Coyotes are at the Blues. That's on ABC 15.2. And then 7 o'clock tonight, the last preseason exhibition game from Palm Springs. The Suns at the Lakers. That's going to be on AZ Family 3 TV. That going on tonight. And as usual, What's on Tap is brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, 88th Street and East Via Linda. The Arena Sports Grill on Bell and 62nd Street. Upper Crust Cave Creek Road and the 101 right there next to the Costco. And in the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. And by the way, as the big voice guy said, the new Roc and Manuch Amber is now at BKD's Backyard Joint at Pecos and McQueen Chandler. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager and the Amber by Huss Brewing Company.
State 48 Roofing, question of the day. Well, State 48 Roofing results for you for a free quote, repair, or installation. Head to state48roofing.com. Follow them on social media by searching #SexyRoofStats.
And the question was, as you mentioned, Jimmy, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. You can still vote. If you had $100,000 to bet tonight, $100K, who would you bet? Who would you be betting to win? Here are
40.
the options. Phillies at the Diamondbacks, Yotes at the Blues, or Suns at the Lakers. Currently in the clubhouse, 54.5%. Say Suns at Lakers. Second, 36.4%. The Yotes at the Blues. And Phillies at the Diamondbacks, 9.1%.
All right, tomorrow at Wright Toyota, Steve Peters, Eric Moses, Kevin Ross,
20.
Scott Spreitzer, Jody Jackson, and Paul Moyer for the Seahawks pre-halftime and post-game host. Big show tomorrow from Wright
10.
Toyota. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Shu, great job back there for Jax, Jimmy
5.
Lee, Manuch, Rock, Fox Sports 910.
Good night.